Chapter 51. Something's going on. A few people will be here later. Shi Yun sat on the sofa and turned on the time travel function. As soon as it was turned on, Fubuki, who was wearing a green dress, arrived first. Master Shi Yun, you came so quickly. Please sit down first. Yes. Fubuki sat on the other side of Shi Yun. Her eyes swept over Miyamoto Rei and Marikawa Shizuka with a strong pressure, scaring Shigemoto Rei to sit down subconsciously. The second and third were the sisters of the Butterfly House, who were wearing the uniforms of the Demon Slayer Corps and had the Sunwheel swords on their waists. Compared to Kanae, Butterfly Shinobu was more serious in both expression and attitude. Master Shi Yun, Kanae looked at Miyamoto Rei and the others. I'm busy, yes, please sit down. Fubuki. Kanae. The two nodded and greeted each other. Now even Marikawa Shizuka couldn't sit still anymore. She stood up with Miyamoto Rei and made way for them. In the kitchen, Busujima Saeko and the other two heard the noise and came to the living room, then looked at the three strangers, all in one. Meanwhile, someone else came over. Yotsuya Miko, Gabriel, Satania, Raphael, Vinate, except Nami and Nokiko, were all there. Okay, we're all here, come out with me. Shi Yun led them out. Busujima Saeko and the others looked at each other, not quite understanding the current situation, and followed behind. As soon as they came out, they saw the dead body that was blocked outside and couldn't come in not far away. Kocho Kanae. Ghost? Gabriel. Is this a zombie? Vinate. Yes, that's what they say in movies and novels. Satania. What are zombies? Yotani Miko. In simple terms, they are living dead men without consciousness. Fubuki. What does Shi Yun mean by that? Let's kill these zombies? Shi Yun. Yes, each zombie here is worth 50 experience points, and 887, and zombies move slowly, and their weakness is their heads. For those of you who want to upgrade, it only takes a little time to upgrade quickly. Kocho Shinobu. If the weakness is the head, it's almost like a ghost. Kocho Kanae. Yes, Shinobu. Let's grind for experience points here for a while, and upgrade to level 2 or 3 as soon as possible. Kocho Shinobu. Okay, sister. Fubuki. Then I'll try it too. Gabriel. Ah, so boring, I'll just take a look. Vinate and Raphael also had no intention of attacking. Satania was eager to try. Shi Yun reminded. Be careful not to be bitten by the zombies. Okay. Kanae and Shinobu drew their swords and rushed into the group of corpses. Blizzard was even simpler. She flew up directly, and then used psychokinesis to manipulate the stones, turning them into sharp flying darts, piercing through the heads of the corpses. Quickly harvesting experience points, Yotani Miko stood on a high place, condensed a longbow with the blue Satan flame, and steadily shot the corpses, which not only trained her archery skills but also gained experience points. Shi Yun saw this scene and smiled with satisfaction. It turned out that being a boss was not the fastest way to earn experience points. Gabriel, if you guys don't go, just help keep an eye on them here. Don't let them get hurt. Gabriel nodded. Okay. Vinate. Don't worry, Mr. Shi Yun. Leave it to us. After Shi Yun confirmed everything, he used the space-time gate to go to the pirate world to find Nami. After Shi Yun left, Satania went out to try, and came back after finding nothing interesting. Saeko, Busujima, and others stood at the door, watching the people showing off their power, and swallowed their saliva. Rei Miyamoto. That flying woman is so scary. Sayadakagi. And the little girl with the knife. She should be only 13 or 14 years old. She doesn't even blink when she starts to fight. She's so amazing. Yuriko. Are these people all super abilities? Shizuka Marikawa. Where did they come from? Vinate. We all come from different worlds, by the way. You should have traded with Mr. Shi Yun. Didn't Mr. Shi Yun pull you into the chat group? Rei Miyamoto. What group? Raphael. You should ask Shi Yun about this. Sayadakagi and Rei Miyamoto looked at each other, both at a loss. Saeko Busujima looked at the two butterfly sisters who were killing people, and the urge in her heart became stronger and stronger. She wanted to join them, but she just heard Shi Yun say something about upgrade? Experience? Saeko Busujima guessed that these people should be able to obtain some kind of proficiency that can improve their skills by killing these monsters they called zombies. She was wondering if she could be as powerful as these people. Saeko Busujima stepped forward and asked the friendly-looking Vinate for advice. Oh, you were talking about this. This is an ability that can only be obtained after becoming Mr. Shi Yun's follower. Have you become Mr. Shi Wei's follower? Saeko Busujima shook her head. Vinate asked again. Then your transaction with Mr. Shi Yun is over? Not yet. Well, Then you wait a moment. Mr. Shi Yun has temporarily gone to another world to complete the transaction. In the world of Apocalypse, Shi Yun had to do nothing but collect the transaction price in addition to helping Seiko Busujima complete the transaction and help her become stronger. Among the few people, only Shizuka Marikawa got the price, and the others didn't have time to get it yet. But there was no rush, so while Kanae and the others were leveling up inside, Shi Yun went to help Nami and Nokiko find a suitable devil fruit. The fruit suitable for Nami was undoubtedly the thunder fruit eaten by Enel, who called himself a god on Sky Island. As for Nokiko, considering that she likes to plant trees and is not good at fighting, perhaps the forest fruit is more suitable. After Shi Yun arrived in the pirate world, he teleported directly to Sky Island, found Enel, and directly killed him with an annihilation energy, depriving him of all his abilities. Definitely, this does not include the so-called side effects of the devil fruit. Even if there is, this power will be eliminated when it is perfectly integrated with Shi Yun's divine power. Then, Shi Yun went to the South China Sea. 2 years later, the Navy Admiral Green Bull, at the moment, although his strength is also very strong, he is only famous in a small area of the South China Sea. He will become the Admiral of the Navy headquarters later. After the world recruitment, he was awarded the title of Admiral of the Navy with Fujitora Ichisho for his powerful strength. Shi Yun activated his spiritual ability that can cover the entire planet, used telepathy, found Green Bull, and sent him away with a burst of annihilation energy, and obtained the ability of the Mori Mori fruit. Afterwards, Shi Yun directly used the function of the chat group to give these two good natural devil fruits to Nami and Nokiko, and they would not have the weakness of devil fruits being afraid of seawater. The transaction was completed, and Shi Yun obtained the right to use Nami and Nokiko's body once, but Shi Yun chose to keep it for the time being. After all, the apocalypse world has not been resolved yet. Fubuki, Kocho Kanae, Kocho Shinobu, Yotsuya Miko, and several others cleared all the dead bodies in the area near Shun. Each of them was upgraded at least one level. Fubuki and Yotsuya Miko were upgraded from the second level of breaking the city to the third level of destroying the country. The destructive power that Fubuki's psychokinesis can cause is at least the range of a city, and it is not far from reaching the level of her sister Tornado. As for Yotsuya Miko, her Satan Flame also increases the range and other effects. Kocho Kanae has also upgraded from the first level of Pajuan level to the second level of Poaching level. After another day or two, she can also upgrade to the third level. And Kocho Shinobu has directly upgraded from the 0-tish level to the second level. When Shi Yun came back, they were resting in the living room, discussing their gains with each other, and it can be seen that they are all very happy. Kocho Kanae, Shi Yun, can I bring my sister here often to upgrade in the future? Definitely, the chat group's crossing function has been turned on. You can come anytime. As for you wanting to go to other people's worlds, as long as you ask the group members to invite you once to get the coordinates, you can also enter and exit freely, but no matter whose world you go to, it is best to say hello to the group members. Don't make their world too chaotic. Shi Yun reminded them. Kanae and others nodded. We won't mess around. Later, Kanae and the others returned to their own world. As for when they would come back, it was up to them. But for Shi Yun, it was naturally better for everyone to come and kill monsters, so that they could quickly gain experience points. In the living room, Seiko Busujima and the others all sat together, with Shi Yun in the middle. What do you want to say? Seiko Busujima looked at the others and spoke first. We want to ask about the chat group and upgrades. Rei Miyamoto. Yeah. Sayadakagi. The most important thing is, can we also get the same super abilities as Fubuki, Kanae, and the others? Shi Yun understood. You all want to fight, right? System, pull them all into the chat group. Ding, welcome new member Seiko Busujima to join the group chat. Ding, welcome new member. Several prompts sounded in succession, and Shizuka Marikawa and the others were curious and immersed in the chat group, and saw Kanae and the others who were just talking together. There is an introduction to familiars in the group file. If you want to receive gifts and upgrade your experience bar, you must become my familiars. Busujima Saeko. I am willing. Miyamoto Rei. Me too. Takagi Saya. Join. Yuriko. Can I, too? Shi Yun. Definitely, as long as you have traded with me, you can join the familiars and receive gifts. In addition, Seiko, your becoming my familiar will also be counted as helping you become stronger in the transaction content. Busujima Saeko nodded. I understand. Marikawa Shizuka. But, I can't fight? Shi Yun. Not being able to fight has its own skills, so you can apply to become my familiars in the chat group, and I will give you the ability. Miyamoto Rei. Yes. They all clicked to apply in the chat group. Ding, Miyamoto Rei requests to become your follower. Do you agree? Ding, Seiko Busujima requests. Once Shi Yun agrees, the number of his followers will reach 11, and the automatic experience points will also increase. Then, Shi Yun grants them various abilities. Seiko Busujima obtains Breath of Flowers. Miyamoto Rei obtains Breath of Insects. Saya Takagi obtains Flame of Satan. Yuriko Takagi obtains Hell of Ice. Shizuka Marikawa obtains Psychokinesis. Shi Yun. As for your future desire to obtain other abilities, it depends on your own performance. I will grant you different abilities depending on the situation. Next, Shi Yun stayed in the world of Apocalypse for 5 or 6 days, because he needed to collect a price and try to ensure that no one would miss it. During these few days, they gradually adapted to the new abilities and could fully take charge of their own affairs. Therefore, after Shi Yun collected the price, he left the world of Apocalypse first, allowing them to develop freely. Anyway, there is a chat group, so they can contact each other in time. Shi Yun returned to the Marvel world, charged his phone, and checked the text messages. Gwen sent a lot. Maggie sent almost every day, and there was a progress report from Raven. Shi Yun also saw Natasha Romanoff's message. Natasha Romanoff said that alien objects appeared on the Earth, and a hammer fell in New Mexico. Fury has sent people to check it out. In addition, they are suspected of digging something out of the Arctic Ocean. Shi Yun knew that this was Thor and Captain America. Steve's plot. He glanced at it and replied to a text message, then he didn't pay attention to it anymore. In addition, Gwen invited him to her house for dinner on Saturday night and asked him to reply to the text message in time. Shi Yun agreed. Then, Shi Yun continued to open Prayer Sound, as usual, and listened. Help. Six-Path Sage. If you really exist, please help me. Under the moonlight, a girl stared at the masked man opposite with a pair of scarlet eyes. When Uchiha Azumi was going home at night, he passed by the police department building in the clan territory and found a masked man who was slaughtering the ninjas of the Uchiha clan. She immediately opened her Sharingan and attacked him. But, no matter whether it was physical skills or ninjutsu, all the attacks were strangely penetrated when they fell on this mysterious masked man. She was no match for this mysterious man. Nice eyes, I want them. Obito was very satisfied with Uchiha Azumi's Sharingan, especially since Uchiha Azumi was only 13 years old and had already opened the 3 Magatama. He was very talented and had the potential to open the Mangekyo. But unfortunately, Obito didn't need another pair of Mangekyo from the Uchiha clan. What he needed was just a few pairs of Sharingan with Magatama. It didn't matter whether it was 1 Magatama or 3 Magatama. Swish. An iron chain was thrown out by Obito and entangled with Uchiha Azumi. Seeing this, Uchiha Azumi threw the kunai in his hand, and sure enough, it was pierced again. Entangled by the chain, Uchiha Azumi had nowhere to escape. I can save you, as long as you agree to trade with me. Uchiha Azumi looked at the mysterious masked man who was slowly walking over, and responded in his heart. What do I need to pay? Everything of yours. I am willing. If not, die now. If she is willing, she still has a chance to live. 5.3. Ding. Uchiha Azumi initiated a trade application. Transaction object, Uchiha Azumi, transaction content. Protect her from the mysterious masked man. Transaction conditions. Everything of Uchiha Azumi. Obito grabbed the chain and was about to kill Uchiha Azumi and take her eyes, but when he pulled hard, it didn't move, because a figure suddenly appeared in front of him. This person stood in front of Uchiha Azumi and grabbed Obito's chain. Shi Yun's hand burst into annihilation energy and easily broke the chain. Obito was shocked and looked at the person with vigilance. Who are you? Shi Yun activated mind control the first time he looked at Obito and completely controlled Obito. Shi Yun took a few steps towards him, stretched out his hand, and grabbed his neck. Be careful. His body is very strange. He should know some kind of space-time ninjutsu. We can't catch his entity. Although Uchiha didn't know this person who suddenly appeared, since he rescued her, he might not be an enemy. Can't catch? No. Shi Yun pinched Obito's neck truthfully and twisted it hard. Crack. Ding, congratulations to the host, killed Uchiha Obito, and gained experience value. 10,000. Ding, congratulations to the host, killed Uchiha Obito, and plundered all the abilities of the opponent. Uchiha Obito, Mangekyo Sharingan, right Kamuith Hollow, would release, body self-healing, ninjutsu, sealing technique, illusion, summoning technique, etc. Shi Yun felt the power of Obito's Mangekyo Kamui, activated the Mangekyo Sharingan with divine power instead of chakra supply, and threw Obito's body into the Kamui space. His body might still be useful. Uchiha Izumi stared at the scene in a daze. The mysterious masked man died so easily? What's wrong? Are you scared? Shi Yun asked, waving his hand. Chapter 52. I'm not. Thank you for saving me. Uchiha Izumi answered quickly. Oh, that's right. Others in the clan. After Uchiha Izumi found out that such a big thing happened in the police department, no one in the clan found out? This is very wrong. She was anxious to rush in, but she remembered the person who just saved her. I'm sorry, I have to go home first. Please wait. I will repay you. Uchiha Izumi said, bowed to Shi Yun, and turned around and ran away without waiting for his reply. Seeing this, Shi Yun followed silently. Obito was gone, and there was still Uchiha Itachi inside. Shi Yun planned to let none of them go. It's definitely to test my own capacity. Brother, you are not worth being killed, stupid brother. If you want to kill me, hate, then live ugly. Run, then live in shame. Uchiha Itachi looked at the panicked and unbelievable Sasuke and activated the eye technique Tsukuyami. Mangekyo Sharingan. No, don't show it to me. Sasuke saw that the moon tonight turned blood red. He saw blood everywhere in the Uchiha clan. He saw his dear brother slaughtering everyone indifferently and ruthlessly. Finally, he saw Itachi kill his father and mother with his own hands. Sasuke couldn't stand it all, fell to the ground with his eyes open, and looked dazed. Bang! Itachi? Uchiha Izumi pushed the door open and ran in. Izumi? Itachi couldn't help but frown. How could Izumi be here? No, it should be said, how could Izumi still be alive? All the clan members in the clan were killed by him personally, and the rest should have been dealt with by the mysterious man wearing a mask who claimed to be Uchiha Madara. Itachi, is it you? Are you in the same group with the masked man? Why? Uchiha Izumi looked at the two people lying in a pool of blood in the room, and then looked at Sasuke lying on the ground with his eyes dull and drooling. She understood something. No matter how much she dared not to believe it, Izumi had to accept this fact. That is, Uchiha Itachi betrayed the clan. No wonder there was such a big commotion in the police department, but no one in the clan heard it, and no one came out to help. Why, Itachi? They are all your clan members. You also killed your parents with your own hands. How could you do it? Itachi, I misjudged you. I hate you. Buzz. Uchiha Izumi was unable to accept the huge emotional gap brought by Itachi and everything he did, which made the three Magatama Sharingan in her eyes suddenly rotate and turn into a complex and beautiful pattern. Uchiha Itachi was shocked. Mangekyo? He never thought that such an accident would happen when things were about to end. Izumi actually opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. No, he must take the initiative before she adapts to her new ability. For the peace of Konoha, he must not allow another accident to happen. Itachi himself knows how powerful the Mangekyo is. Although excessive use of the Mangekyo's pupil power can cause blindness, the destructive power it displays is no less than that of ordinary tailed beasts. Itachi used the Mangekyo Sharingan again. Tsukuyami, Izumi, who had just opened the Mangekyo Sharingan, had not yet adapted to it. She didn't even know that her Sharingan had awakened, but she was suddenly caught in an illusion. In the illusion world, Izumi saw herself and Itachi eating 3 color dumplings in a dumpling shop. Izumi saw herself and Itachi going on a mission together. Izumi saw? Itachi pulled out the knife behind him and walked towards Izumi, who was trapped in the illusion. I'm sorry, I wish. Swish. The long knife accelerated and was about to stab Izumi in the abdomen. So cruel. The knife was grabbed by a hand. Itachi looked at the person who came. It was an unfamiliar stranger. The other party didn't wear a Konoha forehead protector. It was not sure whether he was an enemy or a friend. Itachi's eyes condensed, and he let go of the knife in his hand and was about to retreat. But the next second, his neck was pinched hard by a hand like steel. Itachi hurriedly wanted to launch the crow duplication technique to avoid the attack, but suddenly, his consciousness seemed to be trapped in the Minister of Illusion. Try your own Tsukuyami. Shi Yun activated mind control. Just like he had just done to Sasuke, Shi Yun also let him experience the pain of those he had killed with his own hands. Shi Yun exerted force with his left hand, and with a click, he broke his neck. Ding, congratulations to the host. You killed Uchiha Itachi and gained 8,000 experience points. Ding, congratulations to the host. You killed Uchiha Itachi and plundered all his abilities. Uchiha Itachi, Mangekyo Sharingan. Amaterasu, right. Tsukuyami, left. Susanoo, Yashika Mirror, Tin-Fisted Sword, Fire Release Ninjutsu, Taijutsu, Jinjutsu, Summoning Jutsu, etc. System. I plundered all the abilities of Itachi. Can the Sharingan on his body still be used? Shi Yun suddenly asked curiously, because he did not destroy Itachi's eyes, so he was a little confused. Replying to the host, after the host plundered his abilities, his eyes will return to the state of not opening his eyes, can no longer be used. That's it. Shi Yun nodded. By the way, but Shi Yun almost forgot Uchiha Shirsue's Mangekyo. Shi Yun, who had obtained all the abilities of Uchiha Itachi, recalled the use of the summoning technique, and summoned the summoning crow with a thought, then grabbed and held Koto Amatsukami down. System. Integrate. Ding, congratulations to the host. Integrate successfully. Obtain the Mangekyo Sharingan. Left Koto Amatsukami. Shi Yun, who has the integrate ability, can use it directly without changing his eyes. Naturally, he will not be unable to close the Mangekyo after opening it, because he does not have Uchiha's bloodline limit. Shi Yun looked at Quan, stretched out his finger and touched Quan's forehead, saving her from the illusion world. Oh no! Itachi! As soon as Quan woke up, he realized that he was hit by Itachi's technique and subconsciously panicked. It's okay, he's dead. Shi Yun's steady and clear voice calmed Quan down. She looked at the ground, and sure enough, Itachi had lost his breath and lay motionless on the ground with a twisted neck. You saved me again, thank you. I'm just completing the deal. Anyway, without you, I'd have died twice. What can I do now? No, I have to finding Tionrin. At this moment, there were only 2 people left alive in the entire Uchiha clan. Sasuke was still young, and only Quan could stand up. And Quan could only go to the 3rd Hokage for help, otherwise, in such a serious situation here, no one could come to help her clean up. Are you sure you want to go to the Hokage? Yes. Such a big thing happened in the village. He should know about it, right? But, don't you find that the Uchiha clan is too quiet? Even if this location is a bit remote, it's strange that no one heard it. Shi Yun and Quan walked out of Itachi's house, stood at the door, and looked at the bright full moon in the sky. When Shi Yun finished speaking, Quan found that, as expected, the entire clan was silent, and even the village did not make any big noise. Either Itachi was too quiet when he took action, and no one screamed, or the mysterious masked man was too fast when he killed. But the problem is that the fact is not like this. Quan clearly heard screams and the sound of fighting ninjutsu when passing by the police department. Otherwise, she would not have discovered the situation and rushed over in time. But even so, the village has not noticed anything until now, as if nothing had happened. So, the reason why the sound could not be transmitted was that it was blocked by someone. Does Hokage know about this? Definitely. If it weren't for the Umbu and Danzo's roots guarding outside, how could no one notice it? But why did they do this? Itachi was the one who betrayed the clan. Could it be that Itachi and the 3rd Hokage had colluded together? Izumi's face turned pale, and she was anxious. She suddenly felt breathless, as if she had discovered 10 big conspiracy vortexes after Shi Yun's accidental survival. Yes, there are some hawks in Uchiha. Because they have never been recognized by the village and cannot participate in the election for the position of Hokage, they want to gain power through rebellion. The contradictions accumulated day by day, and finally reached the point where Uchiha Fugaku could not suppress them. Uchiha Itachi was praised by the 3rd Hokage since he was a child, saying that he had the thinking of Hokage. Therefore, for the peace of Konoha, to avoid rebellion, and to avoid causing more sacrifices, he chose to do it himself and take the initiative to end it all. And the 3rd Hokage, Shimura Danzo, Hokage advisor and other senior officials all agreed to this plan, and in the form of a mission issued by the village, Uchiha Itachi was made a traitor to Konoha on the surface, but in fact, he was a spy in fruit to collect information that was unfavorable to Konoha. Shi Yun whispered everything about the genocide to Uchiha Izumi. For peace, for the village. So the lives of all the people in the clan must be sacrificed? Is Uchiha Itachi crazy? If there were no Uchiha clan and no Senju clan, where would the village come from? Where would Konoha come from? He didn't even let the children go. This be asterisk 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 D. Uchiha Izumi's eyes were filled with tears, and he clenched his fists, expressing his hatred for Uchiha Itachi. She didn't understand how a person who could sacrifice his own family could be recognized by the village. Will the village thank you? Will the 3rd Hokage tell everyone, Uchiha Itachi, you became a traitor to the Uchiha clan for the sake of the village? Uchiha Itachi, Even if you die, you will not be put in the hero's tomb in the village, and you are not qualified to enter the clan's tomb. As the only two surviving Uchiha clan members, Uchiha Izumi has the right to decide who can enter the clan's ancestral hall. He, Uchiha Itachi, was stripped of his qualifications by himself. Whap! A slight sound of footsteps sounded not far away. Did the third Hokage send someone? Izumi wiped the tears from his face and looked in that direction indifferently. It's Shimura Danzo. He brought people to get the Sharingan. Sharingan? Well, Danzo has always targeted Uchiha. One, because he was influenced by the second Hokage Senju Tobirama. The second is fear of the powerful power of Uchiha. And the third is to obtain the Sharingan that has been opened. Why should he? Besides, he is not from the Uchiha clan. Even if he takes the Sharingan, it will be a great burden for him. It is even better not to use it, because he and Orochimaru found something that can balance the Sharingan by studying the cells of Hashirama Senju, which will not affect his use. Shi Yun is not sure whether Orochimaru has obtained the cells of White Zetsu, researched the arm of White Zetsu, and replaced it with Danzo. The Sharingan belongs to our Uchiha clan. Lord Shi Yun, please help me. I am willing to pay any price. Izumi looked at Shi Yun without hesitation, his eyes full of determination. The previous transaction condition was that I want everything from you, so I will take action even if there is no need to continue the transaction. Ding, the transaction is completed. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a dependent. Uchiha Izumi, current dependence, 12. Shi Yun's condition is to make Izumi his dependent and obtain everything from her. So, this naturally includes the Mangekyo Sharingan that Izumi just awakened. Shi Yun found that Quan's Mangekyo Sharingan was very powerful. Mangekyo Sharingan. Accelerate, left, stagnate, right. What is being accelerated? Accelerate time. Quan's left eye can accelerate his own time. For example, it takes 3 seconds to make a seal, but Quan's Mangekyo Sharingan can accelerate his own time, and it only takes 1 second or less to complete the seal. Especially the improvement of physical skills is great. After acceleration, Izumi can move faster, and stagnation means stopping the opponent's time and slowing down the opponent's movements, just like Kakashi's Kodo Amatsukami can distort space and break the opponent's hands or neck. As long as Izumi's pupil technique hits the enemy, he will fall into the effect of timed deceleration until time is completely stopped. Definitely, the time that Izumi's Mangekyo pupil technique can accelerate and stagnate is only a short 3 seconds. But if it is upgraded to the Eternal Mangekyo, perhaps this time will be longer. However, this limitation is only for Izumi, because Shi Yun's pupil technique is driven by divine power instead of chakra. Whether it is quality or volume, or the Dun spirit that increases pupil power, it is far from being comparable to chakra. The pupil technique of the Mangekyo is equivalent to a level 1 skill, and when it comes to Shi Yun, it can exert the power of level 10 or level 20. It won't go blind if you use it too much. In this regard, Shi Yun was very glad that he could save Izumi, otherwise how could he get the time-related ability? Several people walked on the stone streets in the Uchiha clan territory. The leader had a white bandage on his head and a cane in his right hand, moving slowly. Behind him were 3 masked root ninjas. Swish! A figure suddenly appeared. Danzo, all the eyes of the Uchiha clan have been damaged. Danzo paused. All? Yes. Wang Zhao, Uchiha Itachi. Are there any survivors? There are 2 more, standing at the door of the Uchiha clan leader Fugaka's house. One is Uchiha Izumi, 13 years old this year, a genin, who has already awakened the 3 Magatama Sharingan billiards taijutsu. The other one is about 16 or 17 years old. He doesn't wear a ninja forehead protector or Uchiha clan clothing. His identity cannot be confirmed for the time being. Danzo's face turned cold. Outsider? It should be. Go and have a look. Master Shi Yun, they are coming. Don't worry. When you came to find Itachi before, I destroyed all the eyes of all the Uchiha people. Danzo couldn't get a single Sharingan. By the way, you won't blame me, will you? Shi Yun was particularly annoyed with Shimura Danzo, so he stopped his thoughts in advance. Definitely not. If the eyes are left, they will only be coveted by others. It's better to destroy them, so that they can rest in peace. Uchiha Izumi breathed a sigh of relief. She alone had no way to protect their eyes, so Shi Yun's approach was the most correct. Who are you? Danzo ignored Izumi's presence and looked directly at Shi Yun. If Shi Yun was really from outside the village, then Danzo could find all kinds of excuses to embarrass Uchiha, saying that he colluded with outsiders and tried to betray the village. Shi Yun had no intention of communicating with Danzo and directly activated Izumi's Mangekyo-I technique, time stasis, stopping Danzo's time. Then he raised his hand and gently slashed at his neck, sending out a divine power slash. Danzo-sama, block it. Be careful. Earth style. Earth flow wall. The root ninja did not realize that Danzo's time was stopped, and he could not move at all, but he subconsciously stood up and blocked Danzo. However, the divine power slash could even annihilate space, so how could it be blocked by ninjutsu? The white slash passed through the void, easily penetrating the ninjutsu, the neck of the root ninja, and Danzo's neck. Ding, congratulations to the host, killing Shimura Danzo, and gaining experience points, 10,000. Chapter 53. Ding, congratulations to the host, you killed Shimura Danzo and plundered all the abilities of the other party. Shimura Danzo, Mangekyo Sharingan, right Kodo Amatsukami, Wind Escape Ninjutsu, Sealing Technique, Summoning Technique, Physical Technique, etc. Ding checked that the host has integrated 2 pairs of Mangekyo Sharingan, Uchiha Itachi and Uchiha Shursui. Do you want to upgrade to the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan? Can different people's Mangekyo be upgraded? Upgrade. System, the abilities won't change, right? Shi Yun didn't expect that there would be an unexpected surprise, but it's better not to disappear the abilities. Tsukuyami, Amaterasu, and Kodo Amatsukami are all very useful, and Shi Yun likes them very much. Reply to the host, abilities will be superimposed and will not disappear. Okay. Ding, congratulations to the host for obtaining the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. In addition, Shi Yun plundered Danzo, not only for his ninjutsu, but also for his memory. After all, he was the dark of the ninja world, and Danzo knew many secrets in the dark. And the root ninjas under his command were also a force that should not be underestimated. Shi Yun could continue to control them with the tongue eradication seal. Swish, swish, swish. While Shi Yun was thinking about them, 5 or 6 root ninjas wearing masks appeared. Danzo-sama? They looked at Danzo, whose body had been separated, in shock, and were at a loss. Shi Yun stepped forward. You came at the right time. From now on, I will take over you. Who are you? Don't worry about who I am. You just need to know that the lives of all of you are with me. As Shi Yun spoke, he activated the tongue eradication seal. When the ninjutsu was activated, these people immediately felt their tongues numb, and their bodies gradually began to lose consciousness. Shi Yun stopped. Do you feel it? You don't want to die either. Several ninjas regained consciousness, looked at each other, and finally knelt on one knee in front of Shi Yun. Sir? Very good. You leave now and return to the root base. In addition, summon the root members in Konoha and tell them that your master has changed. I will go there later. Yes. The root ninjas have their own way of communicating with each other. If they don't want to die, they can only obey Shi Yun's orders. For them, it doesn't matter who is the boss, as long as they don't let them die. After Quan and other root members left, he walked to Shi Yun and said, Sir Shi Yun, what should we do next? Next, naturally, let Sarutobi Hiruzen come to help with the aftermath. Hokage Office. At this moment, the 3rd generation Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, 2 Hokage advisors Udatane Koharu and Mito Katoen, all gathered here to wait for news from Danzo. Because this matter was not done right, they didn't want to bear the infamy, so only Danzo's appearance was the best choice to clear the stigma. After all, Danzo has been taking the blame for them for so many years, and he has become very skilled at it. Mitamonen put down his teacup leisurely. Why hasn't Danzo come back yet? It should be almost over at this point. Udatane Koharu squinted her eyes and said calmly, Don't you know him yet? I guess he is collecting Sharingan at this moment. Otherwise, he wouldn't show up without benefits. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded secretly and exhaled a puff of smoke. If Danzo wants to take a few Sharingan for research, then give them to him. As long as there is no Mangekyo, Sarutobi Hiruzen doesn't care. Buzz. The air in the center of the office suddenly rippled. A vortex appeared, and 2 people walked out. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Udatane Koharu, and Mito Katoen looked stern and immediately alert. Mito Katoen. Uchiha? Udatane Koharu. Who are you? It seems that there is no Uchiha clan, right? Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't know Shi Yun, but he knew Uchiha Izumi. Izumi? Why are you here? Izumi didn't speak, and stood quietly beside Shi Yun. You are a forgetful person. Tell me, why is Izumi here? After all, the entire Uchiha clan has been killed by Itachi, leaving only Izumi and Sasuke. Sarutobi Hiruzen and the other 2 were delighted when they heard this. but then they realized something was wrong. How did he know this? And, according to the agreement with Uchiha Itachi, there should be no other survivors except Uchiha Sasuke. Are you also from the Uchiha clan? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked into Shi Yun's eyes, and his heart skipped a beat. It's not 3 Magatama, but a more complex and beautiful pattern. Tatsun Koharu stood up with an angry face. What nonsense are you talking about? How could Uchiha Itachi do such a thing? Did he betray the village? Mito Kato immediately realized that Koharu was shirking responsibility and pretending to be unaware. He also hurriedly stood up. Yes, what happened? What happened to the Uchiha clan? Don't worry, I'll send someone to your clanland right away. Sarutobi Hiruzen is also a smart man, and he is about to ask the Umbu to come over. No need. Uchiha Itachi is dead and Shi Yun transferred the bodies of Itachi and Danzo from the Kimui space. Danzo, what did you do? Uchiha, you are committing treason. Someone come. Yutain Koharu and Mito Kato and suddenly saw Danzo's body. Their eyes instantly turned red and tears flowed. Sarutobi Hiruzen even called the surrounding Hokage Umbu in and surrounded Shi Yun and Izumi. Shi Yun directly launched psychokinesis, freezing everyone present in place. Shi Yun controlled Sarutobi Hiruzen to stand up and walk to the side, and walked over and sat down in the position of the Hokage, leaning casually on the back of the chair, and Izumi also walked to the back and stood still silently. Shi Yun used mind control to call the 3 Umbu to call Ino Shikacho, Hyuga, and other ninja clan leaders to come here for a meeting. What are you going to do? Are you Uchiha going to rebel? Yutain Koharu roared. Shut up. You. The shadow duplication also has the ability of being a god, so it can also use several eye techniques of the Mangekyo and use the divine power to leave the office. Sarutobi Hiruzen and the other 2 saw it and were shocked. A shadow duplication can also use time and space ninjutsu? Where did this person come from? If he is from the Uchiha clan, why didn't he stand up before? If they had known that you had such strength, they would not agree with Danzo's opinion and send Uchiha Itachi to assassinate the entire Uchiha clan. Relying on Shi Yun alone, he can completely overthrow the entire Konoha's high level and become the Hokage himself. Shi Yun's shadow duplication arrived at the root base and saw the gathered ninjas. My lord, have you made it clear to them? Yes. Very good. I believe that there should be no one standing here who wants to resist. Dozens of root ninjas spoke in unison. No. Shi Yun nodded with satisfaction. Yes, I will give you a chance to replace the Umbu. From today, the Hokage will be replaced, and you will become the new Hokage Umbu. A ninja stepped out. Sir, what do you mean? You will be the Hokage? This was Shimura Danzo's biggest goal before, and for this goal, he had been lurking and enduring for thousands of years. As a result, after his death, they had the opportunity to replace the Umbu and become the direct subordinates of the Hokage. This is much more comfortable and powerful than working under Danzo. Everyone was secretly excited, and at the same time, those emotions of unhappiness and worry after the sudden change of the boss disappeared in an instant. Almost, in short, go and move out all the records collected before about Sarutobi Hiruzen, Yutain Koharu, Mito Kato and the things that Danzo himself had done. I want to use them. Thanks to Shimura Danzo's habit, his root base has kept the evidence of him taking the blame for Sarutobi Hiruzen and others for decades. For example, he has been studying Hashirama's cells, human experiments, murdering Konoha hero Whitefang, colluding with the traitor Orochimaru, forcing and luring several genius ninjas from the Ino Shikacho clan to join the root, and countless other pieces of evidence. I believe that once these things are released, the good reputation that Sarutobi Hiruzen and others have built for many years will be lost in one day. Soon, the evidence was collected, and the Kage duplication returned to the office with these things. Before leaving, he asked the root ninjas to gather at the Hokage building. Soon, Ino Shikacho, several ninja clan leaders of the Hyuga clan, as well as the senior ninjas Kakashi, Might Guy, Yuhi Kurenai, Sarutobi Asuma, Gekka Hate, Yuzuki Yugao, and others all came to the Hokage's office. As soon as they came in, they saw Shi Yun sat on a chair, while the 3rd Hokage and 2 Gubu ninjas stood in a corner. They were all confused and puzzled. What was even more shocking was that Uchiha Itachi and the Hokage assistant Shimura Danzo, whose bodies were separated, were lying dead in the center of the office. 3rd Hokage? Counselor, what are you doing? Old man, what happened? And who are you? Shikaka Nara, Kakashi, Asuma and others came forward to speak. Unfortunately, Hiruzen Sarutobi and others could not speak at all, and could only roll their eyes to express the meaning that Shikamaru and others did not understand. Shi Yun knocked on the table and asked them to look over. Okay, Konoha's high-level officials are all here. Izumi, tell them what happened tonight. Izumi stepped forward. Yes, Lord Shi Yun. Tonight, Uchiha Itachi colluded with the mysterious masked man in the Uchiha clan's territory. When I was rescued by Lord Shi Yun, all the Konoha Police Department personnel in Uchiha, except Uchiha Sasuke and me, were killed by Uchiha Itachi himself. Boom. Everyone present changed their faces. They looked at the third Hokage, Quan, Shi Yun, and the two corpses on the ground in disbelief. Please give flowers. Especially, they looked at Uchiha Itachi with complicated expressions. It is well known that Uchiha Itachi is a genius, and he joined the Umbu at a young age and was deeply admired by the third Hokage. Everyone was optimistic about him and believed that he would definitely be the patriarch of the Uchiha clan in the future. But such an outstanding genius actually did such a chilling thing. He personally slaughtered his entire clan. How much hatred and cold heart does this have to be done? They are not Kirigakure. Because of the internal fighting, a blood mist village was created, and all the ninjas with bloodline limits were killed. Moreover, the Uchiha clan is the leading ninja clan in Konoha in the ninja world. Not to mention that they have recovered their former glory, but they cannot be easily shaken by others. But the result is that they died at the hands of their own people, at the hands of their most talented juniors. Who would dare to believe this if it is told to others? Izumi continued to speak. Also, Uchiha Itachi did this because he took on the S-level mission of the third Hokage, Shimura Danzo, and two advisors. Suddenly, Ino Shikacho, Hyuga, and several ninja clan leaders looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen and others with eyes that were astonishing. Good guy. How capable are you to convince Itachi to attack your own clan members? Although Uchiha Itachi is a cold-blooded beast, you are even more beastly. Is this a divisive plot? The clan leaders looked at each other and decided to check themselves after returning. What if there are brainwashed descendants in their clan who become the third Hokage and his men? If the third Hokage and his men want to kill them, they will not be able to react in time. Just like today, being hacked to death by their own people in their sleep without knowing it. This is too terrible. The third generation's move was really powerful. What a great strategy that was bloodless, concealed from the world, and watched the fight from the mountain. Sarutobi Hiruzen saw the distrust in these people's eyes, and he wanted to cry but had no tears. It's not me. This is not what I did. It was Uchiha Itachi who took the initiative to propose it. He didn't plan anything at all. Even he, Hajime, was surprised by the idea proposed by Uchiha Itachi. So, although he didn't agree at first, he couldn't stand Danzo, Udatain Koharu, Mito Katoin, and others nagging in his ears. They said that if Uchiha rebelled, Konoha would suffer a major crisis, and his position as Hokage would be in jeopardy. In the end, even he felt that he couldn't rest easy if Uchiha didn't die. Therefore, he went with the flow and agreed to their plan. Definitely, how much rejection, how much sincerity, and how much secret joy did Sarutobi Hiruzen show in this performance? Only he knew. Maybe Danzo also knew, but he was not at peace. Shikamaru frowned, feeling complicated. He had not expected that Konoha had become so corrupt in just a few years. Whether it was the Senju clan or the Uchiha clan, the two largest ninja clans that established Konoha, they were now almost extinct. Is this the peace that Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara had expected? In order to protect his family and brothers, Senju Hashirama chose to ceasefire and make peace with the Uchiha clan. Did he ever think that his descendants would die in the Konoha he had built? In this way, perhaps when Uchiha Madara rebelled against the village and wanted to take the Uchiha clan away, it was not a wrong choice. It's just a pity that the Uchiha clan rejected him and stayed in the village. So Uchiha Madara became a rebel ninja, and his clan members are now almost all dead. Kakashi suddenly asked, "You just said that in addition to Uchiha Itachi, there is another mysterious masked man? Who is he?" Because he thought of the Night of the Nine Tails a few years ago, there was also a person who took advantage of Kushina giving birth to sneak attack her and summon the Nine Tails. The fourth generation Hokage Minato Namikaze also mentioned an Uchiha clan member who wore a mask, had a Sharingan, and knew time and space ninjutsu. So, Kakashi was a little suspicious. Could these two people be the same person? What is his purpose in hiding in the village? Quan did not answer, but looked at Shi Yun. You also know this person. So, he is the masked man that night? Yes, but that's not what I mean. You can see for yourself. Shi Yun threw out Obito's body. Kakashi hurried forward, took off the mask, and then revealed a face that Kakashi would never forget in his life, and would even often appear in his dreams. Obito? What? Obito? Who? Obito? Isn't he dead? Might Guy, Kurenai Yuhi, Asuma, Gekko Hate, and several other students who were in the same class as Obito immediately came over. At first glance, it's indeed Uchiha Obito who died on the battlefield of the Third World War and has been buried in the Hero Cemetery. But how could he not be dead? He even secretly returned to the village and attacked his teachers Namikaze Minato and Kushina, almost destroying Konoha. Kakashi's face was full of decadence. Chapter 54. Kakashi knew that the only thing that could change Obito's temperament was what happened that night. Maybe I know the reason. Obito became like this because of Rin. Maybe Obito saw it that night. He saw it. Might Guy was shocked. All the classmates who graduated with the same class knew that Obito liked Rin, but his strength was very average. So compared to Kakashi, who could become a Chunin and Jonin early and had a cold personality, Rin naturally liked Kakashi a little more. In the end, because Rin was designed by the ninja of Kirigakure, the three-tail was sealed in her body, and she was trying to wait until Rin returned to the village to let the three-tail come out and cause chaos, destroying Konoha in one fell swoop. Therefore, Rin chose to sacrifice herself for the sake of the village and crashed into Kakashi's Raikiri. It is conceivable that Obito, a member of the Uchiha clan, who cared about Rin from beginning to end, even if he was about to die under the pressure of a stone, would be so desperate to see this scene. Thinking of this, it is not difficult for Yuhi Kurenai, Gekka Gale, and others to understand why Obito wanted to destroy Konoha. After all, most of the Uchiha people have holes in their brains. Also, Kakashi, and you, take a look at these documents. Shi Yun pointed to a pile of things that had just been taken from the root base and placed on the ground. Everyone was puzzled and frowned as Shikako distributed them. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Udatane Koharu, and Mito Kato and didn't know why their hearts jumped. They vaguely remembered that Shi Yun seemed to want their shadow before duplication went to the root. Then these things should also be taken from the root. So wouldn't Danzo have left some evidence that is unfavorable to the village and them? This is human experiment. When Orochimaru was doing the experiment, it was actually Danzo who provided the base and experimental equipment. He even sent people to capture them. It also said that at the last moment, it was the Sandaime who let Orochimaru go. Hiss. So many people died when using the people of the Senju clan to study the cells of the first Hokage? Oh my god. The third-generation master actually knew about these things? Aren't they the disciples of the second Hokage? After becoming Hokage, they are the ones who harmed the Senju clan. If Tsunade knew about this, I'm afraid she would beat them into the ground. Hole. Shimura Danzo actually used such a despicable method to harm the talented descendants of the family. Not only your family, but also the geniuses of our Yamanaka clan, Aburame clan, and other ninja clans, have joined the root for various reasons. The family secret was taken away by Danzo. Third generation, sir. It is said that you were reluctant to give up the power of Hokage, and you joined Danzo to design tasks and spread rumors, and finally forced my father to death. Is this true? Kakashi's hands trembled, looking at every line and every word recorded above. His heart was in pain and he could hardly breathe. He looked at the third-generation Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, who had been trusted, admired, and given everything by him without reservation, with red eyes. In addition to anger, there was also extreme disappointment and hatred in his eyes. Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't speak, and even couldn't make any body movements. He kept rolling his eyes, trying to tell Kakashi and others that these were all fake. It was Danzo's slander. Let's hear his excuses. Sarutobi Hiruzen kept cursing Shimura Danzo in his heart. This be *********D. He actually recorded everything he had done secretly over the years, so that he could stand up for Danzo to run for Hokage in the future and throw dirty water on himself, the third Hokage, and tarnish his reputation. He actually wanted to stab him in the back. He trusted him so much. He was willing to let him take the blame for himself. But in the end, he left a handle on him. Danzo, you will die a miserable death. Kakashi did not understand the third Hokage's eyes, but only saw the panic in his eyes. Kakashi lowered his head, took the thick information, walked to the side and squatted down, and continued to look through it. He wanted to see what kind of beast in human form this third Hokage, who had always been great and kind, was behind the scenes. Hiss. Sarutobi family, Utane family, Mito family, They actually took so much money after taking over the power of Konoha? Even the inheritance of the fourth Hokage was divided up by them. Too much. No wonder their family has developed so fast in recent years. There are so many family ninjas. They actually want to get involved in our family business. Are their appetites too big? Do you really think Konoha is your own family? Yutane Koharu and Mito Kato's faces gradually turned pale. It's over. These things were actually known to them. So wouldn't they have to vomit out what they had eaten in these years? Sure enough, Danzo, you will not die well. Even after death, you actually cheated them. It was also said above that on the night of the Nine Tails that year, it was the third Hokage and Danzo who, because they were afraid of the Uchiha Sharingan, stopped all of them outside when the Nine Tails destroyed the village, and said that disobeying orders meant rebellion. If there were Uchiha people there that night, perhaps they could have used the Sharingan to temporarily suppress the Nine Tails and buy time for the fourth Hokage, and perhaps he wouldn't have to die. They were not only thinking about whether the fourth Hokage would die, but more importantly, once these things were known by the people in the village, how angry would the many villagers who lost their loved ones on the night of the Nine Tails be? Obviously, the tragedy would not happen, or the casualties could be minimized as much as possible, but in the end, many people died in vain because of the decisions and infighting of the top leaders. Can they still forgive the third Hokage and Danzo? Now, the people who had already lost trust in Sarutobi Hiruzen and the other two because of Uchiha Itachi's incident now disliked and hated them even more. Konoha has become so corrupt. What's funny is that Sarutobi Hiruzen still talks about the will of the Hokage. He even tells the new students every year when the ninja school opens. They suddenly remembered that the third generation once told Uchiha Itachi that Itachi had the thinking of the Hokage since he was a child. Could it be that at that time, the third generation discovered Itachi's characteristics and then began to guide him, turning him into a sharp blade that stabbed the Uchiha? Hiss. It's terrifying to think about it. No. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Yutane Koharu must not be allowed to continue to be Hokage and advisors. They must step down. Otherwise, they dare not even think about what Konoha will become in the future. The Uchiha in front of them is the best example. I propose to apply for the removal of Sarutobi Hiruzen, Yutane Koharu, Mito Katoin in their positions as Hokage and Hokage advisors. I agree. Ditto. The people present were all the top-ranked ninja clan leaders and core jonin of Konoha, so their vote at this moment meant that the final decision had been made. The light in the eyes of Sarutobi Hiruzen and the other two disappeared. They thought about retiring, but never thought about retiring in such a way that would be infamous for all eternity. Hiruzen Sarutobi will be the most scolded among all the previous Hokage. Even when he goes out in the future, he will be thrown rotten eggs. Hiruzen Sarutobi is thinking at this moment that when things are over, he will go to the capital of the Land of Fire to spend his remaining years. He has a good relationship with the daimyo over the years, and maybe he can get some good treatment. Hiruzen Sarutobi has a good idea, but Shi Yun will not let them have the opportunity to leave. Shi Yun waited for them to finish speaking, then spoke. Okay, since you have made a decision, I will continue. Shirku stepped forward and asked, Sure. Lord, what do you think? They didn't know Shi Yun, so they could only call him that like Izumi. In addition, judging from the fact that Shi Yun easily solved Uchiha Itachi and Shimura Danzo, and controlled Hiruzen Sarutobi and others, it can be seen that he is very strong and deserves the honorific title of Lord. Shi Yun laughed. It's definitely an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Shadow duplication. Bang bang bang. A burst of white smoke came out from behind Shi Yun, and 4 duplications came out. Bring the root, confiscate the family, and exterminate the clan. Okay. The 4 shadow duplications left the Hokage's office, and took the root ninjas who had been waiting outside for a long time and rushed towards the clans of the 4 families of Sarutobi, Tsukushi, Shueizhong, and Shimura. Although there are many ninjas in their family, Shi Yun is stronger. One person against one family is enough to wipe them out and not leave a single one. Suddenly hearing the words, confiscate the family and exterminate the clan, Shikaka's heart trembled, and he thought of an extremely terrible possibility. Master Shi Yun, you want to? Well, there is no need to keep the Sarutobi family anymore. What do you mean? What are you going to do? Sarutobi Asuma suddenly stood up and looked at Shi Yun angrily. What do you mean the Sarutobi family will no longer stay? What right do you have? Oh, by the way, there are 2 Sarutobi here. Shi Yun glanced at Asuma and activated psychokinesis, grabbing him, Sarutobi Hiruzen, Yutane Koharu, and Mitaman An's necks out of thin air. Asuma found that he couldn't breathe suddenly. He grabbed his throat. His face turned red due to suffocation, and his eyeballs bulged. The same was true for Sarutobi Hiruzen and the other two. Their eyes were full of fear and pleading, and tears flowed unconsciously from the corners of their eyes because of pain. They never thought that Shi Yun would kill them directly in front of Shikaku and others. Isn't he afraid of arousing public anger? Oh, and their family. Destroy the family? Doesn't that mean that their family, which has grown gradually over the years by relying on their own power and secretly absorbing nutrients under the towering tree of Konoha, will be finished today? Then what are their efforts over the years? Why did Sarutobi Hiruzen desperately defend the position of Hokage? He is not willing to accept it. The same is true for Udatane Koharu and Mitaman In. If they were not unable to move now, they would kneel down and beg for mercy from Shi Yun. Asuma, Lord Shi Yun, please show mercy. Everyone looked at the four people who were about to be suffocated to death, hesitating whether to stand up and plead for mercy. After all, their crimes were numerous and had fundamentally violated the interests of everyone. It would be good if they did not stand up and add insult to injury. But they thought that Sarutobi Hiruzen and his advisors were Hokage and should be treated with some respect. Then, just as they were about to speak, Kurenai Yuhi stood up. Master Shi Yun, Asuma's crime is not punishable by death. He is innocent. And the third Hokage is still the Hokage after all. Even if he is to be punished, he should wait until the new Hokage is selected before judging him, right? Are you teaching me how to do things? You say he is innocent? Look at the good life that Sarutobi Hiruzen's grandson is living now, and the good life that Uzumaki Naruto, the orphan of the fourth Hokage, is living? You say he is innocent because he is the son of the Hokage, who dares to be dissatisfied with him in the village these years? Everything he has now is brought by Sarutobi Hiruzen. Why should he be Sarutobi when he enjoys happiness, and innocent now that he has to suffer? You want to plead for him? Yes, I want you to die with him. Are you willing? Shi Yun looked at Kurenai Yuhi coldly. Kuro, forget it. Kakashi spoke. No one here has the strength to oppose Lord Shi Yun. Don't make unnecessary sacrifices. Sarutobi Hiruzen almost vomited blood when he heard what Kakashi said. No. Is this how you treat me? Although I agreed to Danzo's plan at the beginning, I was not the one who actually did it. Why do you blame me for everything instead of hating Danzo and those villagers who forced your father to death after being instigated? This is too unfair. What made Sarutobi Hiruzen even more heartbroken was that among so many people present, only Kurenai Yuhi was willing to stand up and plead for Asuma. You are so... Crack. The necks of the four people were directly broken by Shi Yun. There were 4 more bodies in the Hokage's office. Everyone watched silently, not daring to say a word. Not only could they not see this ninjutsu that controlled them out of thin air, they also dared not easily experience it. Come here. With a whoosh, a root recognizer suddenly appeared. Lord, hang their bodies on the wall outside the Hokage building, and put all these materials under them so that the villagers can see them. Yes. Also, Kakashi, take the ninjas from the Umbu, and go to the Uchiha clan to help collect the bodies. Me. Kakashi looked up in confusion. By the way, 657, I want to take back your Sharingan, Shi Yun said, and psychokinesis was activated, taking the Sharingan in Kakashi's left eye out of thin air. Kakashi groaned. If he didn't know that Obito had not died, he would have protected this Sharingan well, because it was a gift. But now, Obito not only killed the 4th Hokage and Kushina, but also joined forces with Uchiha Itachi to kill all the Uchiha people. Kakashi didn't know how to face Obito. I'll help you recover. Shi Yun integrated the Mangekyo Sharingan Kimui, then looked at Kakashi, who was covered in blood, and used Angel's healing technique on him, which not only healed his injuries, but also gave him a new eye. You will take over the Umbu temporarily. If he doesn't want to, let him come to me. Shikaku, take over the property of the 4 families of Sarutobi, Udatane, Mito, and Shimura, and register them. As for how to use them in the future, we'll see. Okay. In addition, Shikaku will serve as the Hokage's assistant, and the Hyuga clan will temporarily take over the police department to maintain order in Konoha. This, Lord Shi Yun, the work of the police department. Hyuga Hayashi knows how annoying the work of the police department is. He doesn't want his clan to become the same as the Uchiha clan, the object of everyone's hate. Are you an idiot? Who told you to learn the Uchiha style of doing things? Now Konoha has no Hokage. You Hyuga have the white eyes. The key is to prevent spies from coming in to make trouble. As for other things, as long as they are not major, Just take care of them casually. Yes, I know. Hyuga Hayashi suddenly understood. Then Lord Shi Yun, the candidate for the new Hokage. What do you think of Izumi? Izumi? Everyone looked at Uchiha Izumi, who was only 13 or 14 years old, next to Shi Yun in surprise. No, this is too much. Let alone Uchiha Izumi's identity. Her age is not suitable for the position of Hokage. If you want to be Hokage, you must at least have the strength of a Jonin. Otherwise, other villages will laugh at our Konoha. Isn't Izumi good? She is now the only survivor of the Uchiha clan. She has no messy family relationships and no personal connections. Except for her younger age, everything else is quite suitable. As for her strength, Izumi has already opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Her strength is definitely at the level of a Chunin or Jonin. She only needs to be taught and learned well, and it will definitely be enough. Finally, as for the office ability, I believe that you, Shikaku, can fully serve as an assistant and teach Izumi how to do things. Shi Yun explained the reason slowly. Everyone was speechless and Shikaku felt under great pressure. According to Shi Yun, what is the difference between him as the Hokage's assistant and the Hokage? It would be better to let him be the Hokage. Okay, let's all go and do things. The rest, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Shi Yun asked them to leave, and Quan also temporarily returned to the Uchiha clan to deal with the following matters. The next day, when the villagers of Konoha woke up, they found that the sky had changed. The largest ninja clans in Konoha, Uchiha, Sarutobi, Tadaishin, Mito, and Shimura, were all wiped out overnight. Oh. Chapter 55. They even saw the third Hokage, whom they admired, 2 advisors, an unfamiliar old man, and Uchiha Itachi, hanging outside the Hokage building. They walked up, picked up the documents, and after reading them, the news spread from 1 person to 10, and from 10 to 100. Soon it spread throughout Konoha, causing an uproar. So far, the good reputation that the third Hokage had been building was completely destroyed in a short period of time, and became the target of criticism from Konoha people. Some people even took out stones, rotten eggs, and vegetable leaves to vent their anger on Sarutobi Hiruzen and others. The truth exposed by these evidences is simply outrageous and chilling. And the news was not only spread in Konoha, but also passed on at the fastest speed by spies lurking in various ninja villages in Konoha. In one day, all other ninja villages knew the news. They saw the darkness exposed in Konoha, and they were happy and sighed at the same time. After seeing the information, Tsuchika Janoki was filled with emotion, thinking back to how powerful and high-spirited Konoha was. But since the death of the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, each generation has been weaker than the previous one. Kuratsuchi was furious. I didn't expect Sarutobi Hiruzen to do so many harmful things behind the scenes. Grandpa, you are not the same as him. Hiding something from us, are you? Inoki was almost fainted by his granddaughter. Am I that kind of person, your grandfather? Then why do you keep sitting in that Tsuchikage position and not come down? Is it because I don't want to give up my position? If your father had worked harder and been more reliable, I would have retired long ago. Yellow 2 silently lowered his head. He was incompetent. But bloodline elimination is really not something that ordinary people can master. If Iwagakure didn't have the bloodline elimination of the Tsuchikage, dust release, which can deter other ninja villages, it would have been swallowed up by others during the previous Ninja World War. Then let me take over. Do you think I don't want to? But you run around all day. Have you ever calmed down to learn how to manage the village? Before, I was with Deidara. Forget it, let's not talk about him. Anyway, if you study hard, I am willing to give up my position to you now. Krati. Huh. The Raikage AI of the Cloud Village laughed directly, very happy. Haha, Sarutobi Hiruzen. You deserve it for your disgrace in your later years. Send someone to check what's happening in Konoha now. If there's a suitable opportunity, add fuel to the fire. In Kirigakure, the new 5th Mizukage Meitarumi was also gloating. Tisk TSK. I didn't expect Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo to be so sinister. What a pity. If they work harder, Konoha will destroy itself. Seeing this, the Kazekage frowned and thought, if we attack Konoha now, how sure are we to defeat them? Lord Kazekage, don't mess around. If we make a move, Sand Village and Cloud Village will probably take the opportunity to attack us from behind. It's not worth it. Even if we have to make a move, they have to make a move first. 383. What a pity. The Kazekage shook his head and went out to pan for gold. They in Sand Village are really poor and envy Konoha's fertile land and resource-rich location. All the ninja villages, forces, and the daimyo of the 5 major countries are sending people to inquire about the news and wait and see. Although they also covet the sweet cake of Konoha, a lean camel is bigger than a horse. Unless they unite together, Konoha may hold the idea of dying together and drag them into the water. Although Jiraiya and Tsunade, 2 of the 3 ninjas, are not in the village now, they will still go back if a fight really breaks out. The unity between the ninja villages is even more ridiculous. They cooperate on the surface, but they are all thinking about how to betray the ninjas behind the scenes. For example, Iwagakure, Kumogakure, and Sangekure are the typical representatives of betrayal. If Iwagakure had not attacked Kumogakure and killed the 3rd-generation Raikage, Konoha might have been beaten out of the top 5 ninja villages. A few days later, Tsunade, who was traveling outside, also learned the news. She became more and more disappointed with the village. Not to mention going back to take a look, she said that she did not want to chop Sarutobi Hiruzen's body into pieces just for the sake of the relationship between master and apprentice. After Jiraiya learned the news, he rushed to the village. Konoha lost a Hokage, 2 advisors, and 5 powerful ninja clans. It was already broken and had no top combat power. He was a little worried that other Ganzyu would take advantage of the situation at this time. Orochimaru threw the information in his hand lightly. Haha, teacher, I still underestimated you. Shi Yun was about to leave after Izumi took over the position of Hokage, arranged the entire route to protect her, and cleared some unsafe hidden dangers. He perceived something. In a forest, where Obito used to hide, a pitcher plant-like thing emerged from the ground. White Zetsu. Obito is dead. The plan failed. What should I do? Black Zetsu said hoarsely. This waste should have been let go a long time ago, but he insisted on staying. Black Zetsu hated it so much. He had planned for thousands of years and finally waited for Uchiha Madara to be such a good chess piece. If it weren't for Madara opening the Samsara Eye too late and his body being too old, he would have let Madara capture the tailed beast and activate the infinite moon reading to resurrect his mother Kagaya Otsutsuki. Fortunately, Madara was smart and knew that he could not do anything when he was old. So he transplanted the Rinnegan and found a substitute for himself to complete the plan on his behalf and then revive him. By then, Madara would have a young body again, and his strength would reach its peak, realizing the Moon Eye plan. As for the substitute found, Uchiha Obito, he performed well. Although he had some small thoughts because of hatred, the general direction was still right. Black Zetsu, who had waited for thousands of years, naturally didn't mind waiting a little longer. But in the end, Obito G messed up. Now, Obito is dead. Uchiha is also destroyed. Where can Black Zetsu find a new perfect chess piece? Doesn't Konoha have a forbidden technique of impure world reincarnation? Should we revive Lord Madara? White Zetsu suggested. This is the only way. Then we can control Nagato to perform the reincarnation technique to completely revive Madara-sama, and let Madara-sama personally capture the tailed beast. This should be more efficient. Black Zetsu thought about it, and it seemed that this was the best way to do it now. After all, with Uchiha Madara's strength, he had almost no rivals in the ninja world. As long as Madara became the 6 paths before the 5 major ninja villages reacted, it would be safer. The only problem was that he and White Zetsu did not know ninjutsu and could not use ninjutsu, so they had to find a ninja who knew forbidden techniques. Orochimaru was a good candidate, and maybe they could trade with him. Black Zetsu and White Zetsu were about to leave, and when their bodies sank, they were suddenly grabbed by the back of their necks. Black Zetsu was shocked. Someone came behind them, and he didn't even notice it. Who was it? Why are you in such a hurry to leave? What are you going to do? Who are you? Black Zetsu attached to White Zetsu's body changed, and his whole face appeared behind him, looking at Shi Yun, who suddenly appeared. Shi Yun grinned. It doesn't matter who I am. What's important is, Black Zetsu, you are going to die. Once you die, your plan to save your mother will fail. You. White Zetsu can't see behind. What plan to save your mother? Nothing. Black Zetsu is sure that he has never seen Shi Yun, and Shi Yun looks like he is definitely not a member of the Otsutsuki clan. So how did he know his purpose? Even Uchiha Madara doesn't know this secret. Black Zetsu's heart moved, and he wanted to leave quietly. Anyway, he is a yin-yang escape creature, and no ninjutsu can hurt him. Then, Black Zetsu suddenly found that he couldn't move. He looked at Shi Yun with a smile on his face, and his heart was horrified. Wanna leave? I'll take you there. No. Help. The annihilation energy burst out from Shi Yun's palm and began to devour the bodies of Black Zetsu and White Zetsu. Black Zetsu looked at his dissipating body in disbelief. He is a yin-yang escape creature. What kind of ninjutsu is this that can kill him? If he had known, he would not have come today. In the end, Black Zetsu completely dissipated with despair. Without Black Zetsu making trouble behind him, Uchiha Madara could not be resurrected. With the disappearance of him and Obito, the Moon Eye project will also disappear. As for Kaguya, continue to be a stone in the moon. Shi Yun finally gave Izumi divine power to help her improve and strengthen her body to prevent her from using the Mangekyo to cause blindness. Then, Shi Yun left. System, pull Izumi into the group. Ding, welcome new member Uchiha Izumi to join the group chat. Kanae Kocho, welcome newcomer. Nami, welcome. No Kigo. Wow, this newcomer is actually at level 2, city-breaking level. So impressive. Kanae Kocho, is it also a special race like Gabriel and the others? Izumi Uchiha, huh? What is this? Group leader Shi Yun, these are all people I have traded with. If you encounter any problems in the future, you can also contact me here. Izumi Uchiha, yes. Thank you, Lord Shi Yun. Izumi Uchiha, this sister Kanae, I am not from a special race. I am from the Uchiha family. Kanae Kocho, you call me sister? How old are you? Izumi Uchiha, I am 13 years old this year. Kanae Kocho, hiss? At the age of 13, I have the strength of the 2nd level. Shinobu Kocho, sister, I am 14 years old, and I also have the strength of the 2nd level, and I will soon be the 3rd level. Shinobu Kocho looked like she was asking for praise. The reason why they upgraded so quickly was because Shinobu Kocho and Kanae had been leveling up in the apocalypse world these days, killing monsters with Seiko Busujima and others. At this moment, Kanae had also reached level 3 and was heading towards level 4. Seiko Busujima and others were all at level 1. They still lived in Minami Rika's house, using it as a base to radiate the entire surrounding neighborhood, and also saved many people by the way. Now, in the entire city, their place was the safest. Many survivors came here after hearing the news and settled down here, regarding them as saviors, the angels sent by God to save the world. Seiko Busujima, Rei Miyamoto, Sayada Kagi, Shizuka Morikawa, and Yuriko all talked about these in the group, so Shi Yun also knew about these things. Especially Shizuka Morikawa, who kept asking Shi Yun when she would go to see her, as she missed Shi Yun very much. The others also tactfully expressed that they wanted to see Shi Yun. Shi Yun also plans to go to their world for a vacation and relax. Kanae Butterfly, when are you going there? Let me know in advance. If you go, Shinobu and I will not go for the time being. Shinobu Butterfly, why? Sister? I also want to see Shi Yun-sama. Kanae Butterfly, you are still young and don't understand. Group Master Shi Yun, little butterfly, you haven't forgotten that you are my dependent now, right? You can't refuse any of my requests. Do you want me to find you? Kanae Butterfly, I'm sorry, Shi Yun-sama, I was wrong. Group Master Shi Yun, haha, you'd better know your mistake. Kanae Butterfly, I'm honest, please let me go. Blizzard of Hell, Shi Yun-sama, I have already told my sister Tornado about you, and told her how to call you. Please pay attention. Group Leader Shi Yun, you upgraded? Blizzard of Hell, yes, I am now almost as strong as my sister. Group Leader Shi Yun, okay, I will keep an eye on it. In the monster world, Blizzard looked at Tornado who was sitting on the sofa. Okay, I have already told Master Shi Yun that you can call Master to make a deal. Blizzard killed the body in the apocalypse world, actively accepted tasks in her own world, and cleared monsters. Her level quickly increased, and she has reached the 4th level. Although it is not clear whether Tornado is the 4th level, but judging from the situation that she and Tornado are deadlocked, and there is no winner, they should both be the 4th level. I know. Tornado nodded. From the beginning, she suspected that her sister Fubuki was cheated of money and S**X, but after seeing Fubuki's strength improve by leaps and bounds, and now being on par with her, she had to believe that this trading god named Shi Yun could really help people become stronger and improve their strength. You told me this, aren't you afraid that I will surpass you again? No, we are all on the same starting line now. If I continue to become stronger by relying on Lord Shi Yun, it would be unfair and unwarlike. This is something Fubuki had considered before, and she didn't want Lord Shi Yun to lose a trading client because of her selfishness. Therefore, it is also a motivation for Tornado to join the group and become the dependent of Lord Shi Yun. Who will surpass whom depends on who works harder. Tornado looked at Fubuki with a funny look on her face. This sister is so cute, but it is also good that her sister has the ability to protect herself. She doesn't have to worry about this arrogant sister who used to have only B-level strength but always wanted to surpass her and fight with monsters everywhere to prove herself. Tornado left Fubuki's home, flew high into the sky, and came to the ruins of E. This is City A, which has not been repaired and rebuilt after being blown up by an alien spacecraft. After arriving, Tornado began to call Shi Yun in her heart. God of Trade, Shi Yun, can you hear my call? I am Tornado. Come and make a deal with me. After that, I waited quietly. What do you want to trade? Defeat me. Yes, but I already have your super ability, and the price you can pay is not much. It doesn't matter. I lost. I will become your dependent. As long as you know the meaning of dependent, I have no objection. Definitely. Come on. Let's trade. Ding, Tornado of Shivering initiated a trade application. Trading object, Tornado of Shivering trading content. Defeat her trading conditions. Become a dependent. After Shi Yun agreed to the trade, he came to Tornado. I'm here. Come on. Okay. Let me see how powerful you are to make you happy. A faint green light appeared on Tornado's body, which was a sign that she had activated her super ability. You just want to fight me, right? You Sister Khan. Shi Yun was speechless. What's wrong with Sister Khan? Take it. Tornado activated psychokinesis, driving the surrounding gravel into the sky, and then falling towards Shi Yun. Shi Yun also used psychokinesis, slowly flew up, raised her hand, and controlled the stone thrown by Tornado. Tornado's face changed. What a strong psychokinesis. She was not to be outdone, and strengthened her control over psychokinesis. Controlled the stones under the entire earth from bottom to top, smashing towards Shi Yun. The Hero Association headquarters building was not far away, and such a big commotion happened here. Naturally, they were also detected. There is a strong energy fluctuation, not far away. Is it a monster? What's the disaster level? It seems to be the second S-level hero, the Trembling Tornado. Is she fighting a monster? The person in charge came over and looked at the picture on the screen. This person is Angel Swordsman Shi Yun? What is Tornado doing? Why are you fighting him? Oh no, the energy is getting stronger and stronger. Shi Yun looked down and activated the gravity telekinesis flow. There was a loud boom. All the stones were pressed down by gravity and Tornado also fell down. Chapter 56. Gravity suddenly hit, and a large number of boulders in the sky fell to the ground, including Tornado, but fortunately, relying on the powerful psychokinesis, Tornado barely stopped before landing. Although he finally stood on the ground, he was fortunately not injured. Tornado stubbornly held on, withstood the pressure and looked up at Shi Yun above, and was extremely surprised. Is this God? Shi Yun used the same super ability as her, but easily crushed her. Even his psychokinesis can affect gravity, which is much stronger than hers. I lost. Shi Yun canceled psychokinesis and fell down. Then, the transaction is completed. Ding, congratulations to the host. The transaction is completed, and a follower is obtained. The current follower, 13. You are very powerful. I believe that you can make me and Fubuki stronger. The purpose of Tornado's deal with Shi Yun is to test his strength and see if he is really as powerful as Fubuki said. Now that she has confirmed it, she will not stop Fubuki from liking Shi Yun. Definitely, I can give it to you now. Shi Yun gave the divine power to Tornado, and Tornado felt a strong heat flow sweeping through her body, constantly strengthening her body. Tornado showed a surprised look. She could feel that her spirit had become stronger. What is this? My divine power. Fubuki also has it. In addition, after becoming a follower, you also get experience bars. As long as you kill monsters and gain experience points, you can infinitely improve your level. Shi Yun said, pulling Tornado into the chat group. Tornado, who got the prompt, was very curious. Is this the trading and after-sales group that Fubuki mentioned? Can I also go to the world of group members? Yes, now you can freely enter the world of Apocalypse where Seiko Busujima is. There are a lot of dead bodies in it. You can also gain experience points by killing them. As for the worlds of other group members, you must first obtain their consent. 953, I know. Well, let's go. Where to go? Tornado exited the chat group in confusion and looked at Shi Yun. You should know that after becoming a dependent, everything you have belongs to me, right? I know. So, your body too. Body? What are you going to do? Tornado suddenly opened his eyes wide and remembered some things that adults would do. It's just what you think. Shi Yun searched Tornado's memory, found the scene of her homeroom, and teleported away with Tornado. Shi Yun has not tasted the taste of legal Lolita yet. At night, Shi Yun returned to the Marvel world. Let me see how much experience I have now. System. Check the panel. Ding, the trading system panel of the gods of all worlds has been opened. Name, Shi Yun, race. God level, level 5, planet, 10, 5500/50, 0000, dependents, 13, servants of God, 2 powers, 1, trading, 2, praying, 3, annihilation, 4, immortality, rewards, 1, space-time gate, 2, trading and after-sales chat group 3, plunder, 4, integrate, 5, grant, 6, dependence 7, crossing ability, flower breathing, angel aura, psychokinesis, deep sea power, Satan's flame, psychic power, overlord of the universe teleportation, ice hell, magnetic control, eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, Amaterasu, Tsukuyami, Kodo Amatsukami, Kimui, time control, backpack. Aquaman 1 Shi Yun was immediately satisfied when he saw his experience points. In the past few days, he killed Obito, Danzo, and Sarutobi Hiruzen in the Naruto world. He got 30,000 experience points from the 3, 8,000 from Itachi, 10,000 from 2 advisors, and 5,000 from Asuma, a senior ninja. He got a total of 53,000 experience points. The rest was earned by his followers who killed monsters and upgraded. In just a few days, he earned about 50,000 experience points, which was very impressive. If there were more followers, he would have more experience points. He was earning money even if he was lying down. No wonder he wanted to be a boss. The next day, Shi Yun went to Gwen's house. It was an appointment that he had made long ago. He was going to have dinner today. There were only her and her father George in Gwen's house. Gwen's mother died of dystocia when she gave birth to Gwen. Gwen was very happy about Shi Yun's arrival. George couldn't say he was happy or unhappy. But because Shi Yun saved Gwen, he would not give Shi Yun face at this time. As a policeman, he was very open-minded to the fact that he could let Gwen and Shi Yun, who had awakened super abilities, continue to date. Mainly, he couldn't persuade Gwen, so he had to accept it. Gwen pulled Shi Yun to sit on the sofa and asked him what he was doing recently. Nothing, just playing games at home to kill time. Didn't the relevant departments come to you? Logically, for someone like Shi Yun who revealed that he had super abilities, some mysterious officials would come to him. Just like Stark, when he escaped from the Ten Rings and developed Mark I, the Temple Bureau sent Natasha Romanoff and Phil Coulson. Some of them were sent away by me. Well, Natasha Romanoff was sent away by her once and became his servant. Now she still sends him internal information about SHIELD from time to time. I don't know what Natasha Romanoff said to Fury, anyway, no one else came to trouble him later. In addition, Gwen has become a well-known superhero in New York these days. She is called Spider-Woman and often stands up to fight criminals. Definitely, she has also been targeted by the police station. George still doesn't know that the Spider-Woman they are investigating is his good daughter. Soon, the three of them had dinner. Halfway through, Inji chatted with Shi Yun. Do you have any plans for the future? Not yet. What about work? You dropped out of school, so it's hard to find a job, right? Do you want to consider becoming a police officer? Dad, what are you talking about? Gwen interrupted George quickly. Become a police officer? How did her father come up with this idea? Gwen couldn't even think about it. If her father is a policeman and her boyfriend is also a policeman, how can she continue to hide her identity as Spider-Woman? George is simply making it more difficult for Gwen. Young people always have to do things. They can't always stay at home and do nothing. I think staying at home is pretty good too. Don't look at him staying at home. In fact, Shi Yun is also very busy in other worlds. Okay? You, forget it. George wanted to continue to persuade him, but when he thought of Shi Yun's super ability, he shut up. I just hope you don't go astray and be a good person. I'll try. Okay, Dad. Stop talking, eat. Gwen had no choice in the face of George's thoughts. After all, everyone has a different perspective on things, and it's hard to change. Just like she knew that once she told her father that she was Spider-Woman, she might not be killed for the sake of justice, so she should keep it secret for the time being. After dinner, Shi Yun sat for a while, and when it was almost 8 o'clock, she got up and prepared to leave, and Gwen sent Shi Yun downstairs. Shi Yun, although my father's words were not very pleasant, they were also for your own good. Don't blame him. Don't worry, I won't take it to heart. Shi Yun smiled. Shi Yun, don't you plan to use your super ability to do something? Like being a superhero? Gwen asked tentatively. I don't have this plan, and don't we have superheroes now? For example, Iron Man, Spider-Woman, X-Men, etc. They don't need me anymore. Well, I won't say much. Well, but if you need me, you can call my name in your heart, and I will appear in time. Are you going to protect me? Isn't it my job to protect you? Shi Yun pinched Gwen's cheek. Shi Yun, Gwen looked at him with bright eyes. What's wrong? I like you, Gwen said, tiptoed and kissed Shi Yun. You attacked me. Hee hee, let's go home quickly. Gwen chuckled. Is that all? It's not enough. Shi Yun put his arm around Gwen's waist and kissed her. Shi Yun returned home, took a shower first, then sat in front of the TV and turned on the game. It's time to go to Fubuki to download some new games. No Kigo. Master Shi Yun. Are you there? Group leader Shi Yun. What's wrong? No Kigo. It's Nami. She seems to be sick. Nami. No Kigo. I'm fine. I just have a fever. No Kigo. You said you're fine, but you're almost unconscious. Kanae Kocho. It's like this. Nami was just live-streaming the scenery on the sea, and after it ended, Nami started to have a high fever. No Kigo. Yes. And they don't have a ship doctor on board. If this continues, it will get worse. Kanae Kocho. Do you need me to go over and take a look? I know a little bit of medical skills. No Kigo. But if you come over now, even if I pass the application, you should only appear by my side, not by Nami's side, right? And Nami seems to have fainted. Kanae Kocho. Huh? It's still like this? No Kigo. Master Shi Yun. Please help me. I'm willing to pay the price. Group leader Shi Yun. Okay. I know. I'll go over there. No Kigo. Thank you, Master Shi Yun. Shi Yun, wearing pajamas, opened the space-time gate and appeared on Nami's ship. What should we do now? Nami's high fever won't go away. We have to leave quickly. But I don't know where there is an island. There's no way. We have to find a doctor. What happened to Nami? Why did she suddenly get sick? She shouldn't have eaten anything wrong, right? Nami must have been bitten by mosquitoes on the island of the small garden. We call this disease 5-day disease here. Vivi, what is 5-day disease? 5-day disease means that if Nami does not receive immediate treatment after the 5th day of onset, she will die. Nami has a high fever now, and there are still 3 days. 3 days? Vivi, where is the doctor here? Everyone became anxious. There is a drum kingdom nearby. It is said that there is a doctor with great medical skills who calls herself a witch. She lives on a mountain 5,000 meters above sea level. As long as you find her, you can get treatment in time. Vivi told the information she knew. What are you waiting for? Let's set off quickly. Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, and others agreed. Shi Yun appeared on the deck. No need. I can cure it. Mr. Shi Yun. Mr. Shi Yun, do you know medical skills? Several people were instantly overjoyed. They are now accustomed to Shi Yun's occasional appearances. After all, he has a special ability, and it seems that he has some kind of teleportation ability. Just like now, wearing pajamas, I don't know where I came from, but there is no news about Shi Yun on the sea, not even a wanted order or a bounty. Such a powerful person, but not famous at all on the sea, they can't help their curiosity. Shi Yun ignored their eyes and walked into the cabin. Don't come in. I will heal Nami. Yes, please trouble Mr. Shi Yun. Is he the Mr. Shi Yun you were talking about? Wei Wei looked at Shi Yun's back curiously. Yes, Mr. Shi Yun is very powerful. Come when you say, leave when you say. Yeah, he's really amazing. I wonder if he's a match for the 7 warlords. Wei Wei thought to herself. Shi Yun walked into Nami's single cabin and touched her forehead. The temperature was very high. At the moment, Nami had fallen into a coma due to a high fever. If she couldn't get treatment in time, Nami might suffer from encephalitis, arteritis, myocarditis, and other diseases. Shi Yun put his hand on Nami's forehead and activated Angel's healing power. The soft white light gradually enveloped Nami's whole body. After being cured, her skin, which had turned red due to the high fever, returned to normal color visibly, and the scalding temperature of her body also dropped. In less than a few minutes, Nami recovered. Shi Yun, why are you here? Nami opened her eyes and couldn't help but feel surprised when she saw Shi Yun. No Kigo asked me to save you. No Kigo? Actually, I'm fine. I just have a fever. She's too careful. Do you know that if your disease is not treated for 3 days, it will be life-threatening and you will die in 5 days? So serious. Nami couldn't believe it. She thought she was suffering from acclimatization. Shi Yun sighed and explained. Your disease should be caused by a mosquito bite in the small garden. It is also called the 5-day disease. You can ask Wei Wei for details. Sorry, I don't know. Thank you, Mr. Shi Yun. Nami realized that she almost died. You know, this is on the sea. There is no ship doctor on their ship. They can still bear the common cold, but if they encounter a 5-day disease like this, they will really die if they don't find a doctor in time for treatment. Mr. Shi Yun, can I pay for Nokigo? You? Yes. Nami nodded with a blush. It's okay. None of you can escape. 3.4-inch, You forgot. I haven't collected the transaction price for helping you find the devil fruit last time. If Shi Yun hadn't said it, Nami would have really forgotten about it. Well, now let's not talk about paying for Nokigo. She has to pay for it herself. Let's go. Go meet your companions, and then I'll take you back. Where to go back? Nami was stunned. Go find Nokigo. You two should go together, so I don't have to run back and forth. Together? Nami was shocked. Is it the kind of together she understands? No, they can't be separated. This makes her and Nokigo so embarrassed. But there is no way. She can't refuse. The two walked out of the cabin, and everyone saw that Nami had indeed recovered as before, and they were very happy. Mr. Shi Yun, you are really amazing. Even your medical skills are so great. Yes, it's a pity that Mr. Shi Yun can't go with us. It seems that we have to find a ship doctor as soon as possible. Shi Yun listened and gave instructions. If you want to find a ship doctor, you can go to the Drum Kingdom and find a doctor called the Witch. She has a doctor with good skills, as long as you can convince him to join you. Is it the witch that Vivi mentioned? Luffy, do you want to go and see? Definitely. Okay, let's go here first. Several people nodded in agreement, but Vivi didn't want to go. Before, Nami was not cured, so they had to change the route, but now Nami is well. If they go to the Drum Kingdom again, I'm afraid it will take a few more days, but the civil strife in Alabasta can't wait. Well, can everyone go directly to Alabasta? By the way, I almost forgot that there was a civil strife in Alabasta. What should we do now? Where to go? Mr. Shi Yun, what do you think? Don't ask me. Chapter 57. Don't look at me. You decide for yourself. In addition, I will take Nami away for a day and send her back to you tomorrow. Don't worry, I can find your ship, Shi Yun said, teleporting back to Kokoja village with Nami and found Nojiko. Luffy and others were left looking at each other, at a loss. What should we do now? Why don't we act separately? Luffy and I will go find a doctor, and Zoro, you and Usopp will follow Vivi to Alabasta? Sanji came up with a compromise. Okay, I agree. Luffy raised his hand in agreement. The others also thought it was good. After all, both sides were important. After what happened today, they realized how passive the sailing would be without a doctor on the ship. Seeing this, Vivi naturally couldn't say anything else. After all, she just asked them for help, and she was not from Alabasta. Being able to do this, they had already fulfilled their obligations. Kokoja Village, Orange Orchard. Nami? Are you okay? That's great. Nojiko saw Nami and rushed over to give her a big hug. Sure, Mr. Yun, thank you. You're welcome. I just completed the transaction. By the way, Nami, why did you come with Mr. Shi Yun? Nokigo asked a little embarrassedly. She felt like she was cheating on her sister. That. I'm going to take a shower first. Nami blushed and was too embarrassed to speak, so she ran away and let Shi Yun explain. I'll collect the price. I know, but did Nami trade with you? Not this time, it was the last time. A deal to find a devil fruit for you. Then what are you doing? Together, it's much easier. Shi Yun turned and walked in, leaving Nokigo with an embarrassed expression. Together? With Nami? What a joke. Shi Yun stayed in the orange orchard for a night, and also took Nokigo as his dependent. Seeing this, Nami also applied to join. In this way, the two of them opened the experience bar and could upgrade. Nokigo had nothing to do at home every day except looking at the orange trees. Therefore, she made an appointment with Seiko Busujima in the chat group to go to her place to kill the body for her. Even if she did not go out to sea, after improving her strength, she could protect Kokoja village well and avoid the tragedy of Arlong in the future. Otherwise, it would be a pity if she did not develop and utilize such a powerful natural sand fruit. As for Nami, there were plenty of opportunities for her to take action on the Grand Line, and naturally there was no shortage of experience points. Shi Yun sent Nami back to the ship. At this time, Luffy and Sanji had already disembarked on Drum Island to find a doctor, leaving only Zoro, Usopp, and Vivi. After Shi Yun left, Vivi came to Nami to ask about Shi Yun. You mean Shi Yun? Well, Nami, Mr. Shi Yun is very powerful. Can I ask him for help? You have to ask him yourself. But how do I contact Mr. Shi Yun? I'll ask for you first, Nami said as she entered the chat group and at Ed Shi Yun. Wei Wei stared at her with wide eyes. What to do? How to ask? Can you communicate with Mr. Shi Yun with your mind? This is too amazing. Trading after sales group. Nami, Mr. Shi Yun. Wei Wei said she wants to ask you for help to deal with the 7 Warlords crocodile and stop the civil strife. Do you agree? Group leader Shi Yun. Okay. Tell her the way to trade. I will go over when I hear it. Nami, okay. Okay. Mr. Shi Yun agreed. I'll tell you how to contact him, Nami said as she told Wei Wei the method. Wei Wei was extremely shocked. As long as I call in my heart, Mr. Shi Yun can hear it? What kind of devil fruit power is this? Mr. Shi Yun is the god of trade. You will understand later. I know, I'll try. He nodded slightly. Then he began to call Shi Yun as Nami said. Mr. Shi Yun, please help me solve the culprit of drought and civil strife in Alabasta. I am willing to pay any price. Okay. Call me after you return to Alabasta, or let Nami notify me. I will go to the doctor. Yes, Mr. Shi Yun. Ding, Nephite D. Vivi initiated a trade application. Trading object, Nephite D. Vivi, trading content, solve the 7 warlords of the sea crocodile, quell the civil strife in Alabasta, trading conditions, one-time use of the body, Nami. Okay. Mr. Pao Yun agreed. Vivi happily told Nami the good news. Okay, but you have to pay the reward you promised us before, Nami said with a smile. Definitely. Shi Yun returned home, glanced at his phone, replied to a few text messages, and continued to look for trading partners. Siwon. Someone help me. Siwon. Hang in there, you'll be fine. In the night, in the firelight, the station was in chaos. A short-haired girl looked at her companion who was covering his wound in front of her, looking anxious. It's useless. Once we are hurt by Kabane, we will become monsters like them. I don't want to become Kabane. Wooming, go away. I will kill myself. The tall man named Siwon, holding katana in his hand, urged the girl to leave quickly. In order to maintain his last dignity, he decided to commit suicide. Siwon. The girl's eyes oozed crystal tears. I can save him. Do you want to trade with me? Who is it? The girl looked up suddenly. Wooming, what's wrong with you? Siwon looked at her in confusion. I just seem to hear. I am the god of trade. As long as you pay the price, I can save his life. He has been bitten by Kabane. Can he be saved? Definitely. I do. Okay, the deal is established. Ding Wooming, Hozumi, initiated a trade application. Trading object, Wooming, Hozumi, trading content, save companion Siwon, trading conditions. Become a dependent. Shi Yun appeared beside Wooming. Are you the god of trade? Wooming looked at Shi Yun who suddenly appeared. Yes. Please save Sifong. Wooming, who is he? Sifong frowned. Don't bother. I can't save him anymore. Go away. Mr. God. Don't worry. I can save him if I say I can. Shi Yun raised his hand and pointed it at Sifong, then activated Angel's Purification and Healing Power. Angel's Purification can eliminate any negative effects, including the infected virus in Kabane, and the healing can restore Sifong's injuries in an instant. Sifong was enveloped by the white holy light. His heart became calm, and the wound on his arm no longer hurt. He looked down and saw that the hideous wound on his arm was healing visibly. It really works? Wooming laughed happily. The power of God. Sifong just heard Wooming say, this is God? God will actually save him? No, not to save him, but because of Wooming. Sifong looked at Wooming with a complicated expression. This girl who was saved by the young Master Mima and transformed into Kabaneri seemed to have a secret that they didn't know. Don't think too much. I heard Wooming's call, so I came to help her realize her wish. Yes, Sifong. I just asked if someone could save you. I didn't expect to get a response from God. Wooming's eyes were full of excitement, and he looked at Shirtion with gratitude and admiration. Ding, congratulations to the host. The transaction is completed, and the dependent is obtained. Wooming, the current dependent. 16. Do you know what I'm thinking? Sifong's heart jumped. Heh. Shi Yun smiled and said nothing. This made Sifong feel a strong fear. Yes, this is a god who can heal even after being bitten by Kabane. Sifong no longer dared to think about it in his heart, lest the life that was finally saved would be taken away by this god again. Lord God, please save Xianjinpi. Wooming asked again. Call me Shi Yun, and besides, this is not within the scope of the transaction. I will not take action. Sifang nodded secretly. This is the style of God. How could he be so kind and save the world? Otherwise, these Kabanes should have disappeared long ago. However, I can give you the power to kill these monsters. Shi Yun thought about Wu Ming's close combat style and gave Wu Ming the Tin Fist Sword. Yes, it is the Tin Fist Sword that was separated from Uchiha Itachi's Susanoo. As a kind of Kusanagi sword, the Tin Fist Sword can be quickly retracted and originally also contained sealing techniques. Therefore, it is extremely sharp and indestructible, and can also pull the enemy into a dreamlike illusion world. Like the Yasakami, it also exists in the form of a spirit. After Shi Yun gave it to Wu Ming can use it freely. SK. Wu Ming looked at the sword body wrapped in orange flames that appeared out of thin air in his right hand and couldn't let it go. After being given, Wu Ming also learned the use and function of this sword. God. Lord Shi Yun, I want to try it. Wu Ming was eager to move and couldn't wait to look at a Kabane in the distance. Okay. Yes. Wu Ming rushed forward with the sword in hand and slashed down at Kabane who was attacking others. The spiritual weapon Tin Fist Sword easily cut open the steel membrane wrapped around Kabane's body. Not only were the people who were rescued scared by this scene, but Wu Ming himself was also surprised by the sharpness of the king's sword. Awesome! Wu Ming swung the sword again, piercing Kabane accurately and making him disappear successfully. Wu Ming swore that this was the easiest time to kill Kabane since she learned to fight. At the same time, Wu Ming also heard a prompt. Ding, you have successfully killed a Kabane and gained experience points. 100. You still need 800 experience points to upgrade to the first level Pajuan level. Mr. Shi Yun, a sentence just appeared in my mind saying that I gained 100 experience points. What is this? Wu Ming ran back and asked in confusion. It is the benefit you get after becoming my follower. As long as you keep fighting, you will continue to become stronger. So that's it. I know. Wu Ming was very happy. Mr. Shi Yun, then continue to fight. Well, go ahead. Sifang looked at Wu Ming who was killing everyone with envy in his eyes. This power is so powerful. He wants it so much. Especially, he is still a warrior. If he has such a weapon that can cut everything, he will be invincible. He looked at Shi Yun with excitement. Lord Shi Yun, can I also get your gift? I am willing to give everything for you, even my life. No. The excited heart was extinguished by a bucket of cold water. Wu Ming killed many people and cleared a large area among the countless Kabane who rushed into Xianjin Station. Wu Ming's battle boosted the confidence of all the warriors who were fighting hard to resist the Kabane. They became more and more brave. For a moment, under the leadership of Wu Ming, they actually forced the Kabane back. That's Wu Ming. When Shifeng saw Wu Ming, she remembered the little girl she saw when she was practicing archery just now, and she felt incredible. This thin and small girl actually had such a lot of energy in her body. In a short time, she solved most of the Kabane by herself. When Shifeng saw that Wu Ming was so powerful, a thought flashed through her mind, and she rushed towards her quickly. Juji Kurusu was shocked when he saw the young master he was ordered to protect rushing out. Young master, it's dangerous over there. Please don't go out. Don't stop me. I want to find her. Shifeng pointed at Wu Ming and shouted. Young master, you can't go over there. Juji Kurusu had also noticed this powerful girl a long time ago, and he couldn't help but admire her. At the same time, he was more curious about why the weapon in her hand was so powerful. Facing the hard steel skin of Kabane, it could be easily cut. If it wasn't a dangerous moment now, he would have gone over to ask for advice. Kurisu, maybe she can go to support her father and help her father a lot. This is exactly what Shifeng purpose is. Because just now, her father Shifeng Jianjiang left Xianjin Station with the samurai to support the Kabane Iron Castle. But the Kabane broke through Xianjin Station, so it is conceivable that there are so many Kabane outside Xianjin Station. Let alone checking the support of the Iron Castle, it would be extremely difficult to break through their encirclement. This is simply asking for death. Kuchi Kurusu paused when he heard this. As a samurai of the Shifeng family, he was naturally worried about the head of the family. Young master, I'll go. Kurisu, you? I'm a samurai and can protect myself. Young master, wait here for a while. Kuchi Kurusu said, drew the long sword at his waist, and rushed towards Wu Ming. Liwang Zhao, fortunately, most of the Kabane have been solved by Wu Ming and other samurai, so except for a few fish that slipped through the net, Wuchi Kurusu successfully reached Wu Ming. Hello. I'm a samurai of the Shifeng family. My young master needs your help. Can you come with me? Kuchi Kurusu stopped wooming and pointed to Akaris in the distance and said hurriedly, "It's her, but I'm going to kill Kabane." Wooming didn't want to go over there. If he delayed for one more second, a life would be lost. He couldn't wait any longer. "My young master wants you to rescue his father, the head of Sichuan too." Head of Jianjiang? Where is he going? When she and Sifang arrived here before, Sifang had a good chat with the head of the family, but she felt bored. So when she came out to hang out, she met with Sifang Chuanqingpu. The head of the family went to Kabane for support. Kabane? I know, let's go. Kabane is an armored locomotive that can travel between post stations. Its main function is not to fight, but to transport supplies. So Kabane is not a vehicle to defeat Kabane, but a vehicle to escape from Kabane. Wooming knew its importance. Once the Iron Castle was lost or destroyed, no one here could escape, because outside there are countless Kabane. Even Wooming, who has now been granted by God, will eventually die of exhaustion in the face of endless Kabane. "Miss I am Wooming. I beg you, please go to support my father and save him. I will reward you." Shifangchu and I was anxious. "I know this matter is very important, but I am afraid I can't do it with my own strength." Wooming shook his head. "What should I do?" I cried and trembled. "But there is one person who may be able to do it. I will take you to see him." "Where is it? Please take me there." "Let's go." Wooming took Shifangchu and I to Shi Yun, who was standing quietly under a roof. Shifang also went out to meet the enemy, and Shi Yun was the only one there. "Master Shi Yun." Wooming stepped forward. Chapter 58. Master Shi Yun.
Yes.
Shi Yun glanced at the girl who followed him, recognized her identity, and knew the purpose of her coming here. "Master Shi Yun, this is Shifangchu and I the daughter of the Shifangchuan family. She has something to ask of you." "Master Shi Yun, please, save my father." I bowed to Master Shi Yun and begged sincerely. The same was true for Juji Lichi. They did not doubt Shi Yun's strength. After all, Wooming was so powerful, so the person she respected more must be more powerful. "Okay, as long as you are willing to trade." "Trade?" I looked up. "That's right, I won't do it for free." "Master Shi Yun, I am willing to trade on behalf of the lady. What do you want?" Juji Lichi stepped forward. "You can't. Kurisu, let me do it." I interrupted what Kuchi Kurusu was about to say. "Miss, for my father, I am willing to trade." I looked serious. Shifangchu and I initiated a trade application. Trading object, Shifangchu and I trading content, save Shifangchu and Jianjiang, trading conditions, become a dependent. "Okay, the deal is established. I will save your father." "Sorry to bother you, Lord Shi Yun." "Lord Shi Yun, I will go too." "No need, you guys stay here," Shi Yun said and teleported away. Looking at Shi Yun, who suddenly disappeared, I and Kuchi Kurusu were extremely surprised. Akaris looked at Wooming. "Miss Wooming, please forgive my impoliteness. I want to ask, who is this Shi Yun?" "He is God. Do you see this 10-fist sword? This is a spiritual weapon, given to me by Shi Yun." Wooming clenched his right hand and showed the 10-fist sword that he had just taken back. "Spiritual weapon?" Juji Lichi's eyes were full of desire. God really exists in this world." Akaris' first reaction was disbelief. "I don't know, but Shi Yun can save Sifang, who was bitten by Kabane. He is definitely a god." "Hiss. God. If it is God, maybe Kabane can be completely eliminated," Juji Lichi said happily. "Then I don't know. Okay, I will continue to save people." Wooming turned and ran away. "Miss, if we can really get God to help, maybe we—" "Don't say that, Kurusu. You just saw that Lord Shi Yun is not someone who will do anything at will. If you want God to save the world, think about what price you have to pay." "Yes, if God is really willing to help, how could Kabane exist for so long?" Kuchi Kurusu calmed down. "This is in line with their stereotypes of God. In short, no matter what, we can meet Shi Yun today. Yun-sama, this is a very lucky thing. Kurusu, keep this a secret for now, and don't tell anyone about it." "Yes, miss." On the way from Xianjin Station to Kabutejo Castle, General Shifangchuan, who went to support, and a group of samurai, fell into trouble. Although they rushed forward all the way and successfully fought their way out when they first came out, as more and more Kabane appeared, their speed gradually slowed down, until now they were completely surrounded and unable to break out. More and more samurai were bitten and even torn by Kabane, and the screams came one after another, making the faces of the survivors, their faces were tense and their eyes were filled with fear. They knew that if they continued like this, they would become corpses like their companions, and then become unconscious Kabane. Master, let's retreat. We can't leave. Master, we will cover your return. Let's go. Master, don't make unnecessary sacrifices. The warriors persuaded Shifengchu and Jianjiang to change his mind. After all, they were obviously closer to Xianjin Station than Katanagaku. If they tried to break through, they might have a chance to return successfully, and then temporarily defend Xianjin Station with the remaining warriors. There is no chance anymore. We can't leave. Jianjiang, Shifengchu knew very well that they couldn't leave with the remaining few people. Not to mention that Xianjin Station was broken through by Kabane. In the end, it could only be abandoned. The only chance was to leave by Kabane and go to the next station. And they were afraid that they couldn't leave. The other samurai also understood it vaguely, but they were just unwilling to admit it. The speed of their sword swings gradually slowed down, because they knew that they had no hope. Jianjiang Shifengchu didn't speak again, trying to deal with every Kabane in front of him, thinking that killing one more might reduce the danger to the people in Xianjin Station. But he forgot that the Kabane he killed now would be made up by them later. Boom! The sky suddenly roared with thunder, and everyone subconsciously looked up. Thunder? Is it going to rain? Wait, there's someone up there. Not only he saw it, but everyone saw a figure standing under the flashing thunder above. Who is this person? Oh my God! Is he the Lord God? Is he here to save us? The Xianjin post house not far away was also attracted by the bright lightning in the sky. What is that? Today, the moon is bright and the stars are sparse. Why is it raining? Miss, that's the direction of the master of the family. Juji Lichi excitedly stood on tiptoe and looked far away, as if he could really see the situation over there. It was the Lord God who took action. Akaris clasped his hands together and couldn't help shedding tears of joy. Her father was saved. Thank you, Lord Shi Yun. Thunder Spear. Under Shi Yun's control, thousands of thunderbolts gradually condensed into the shape of spears. Looking up from below, General Jin and others felt that they were about to be stabbed to death by these spears that were emitting white light and flashing with lightning. The next moment, thousands of thunderbolt spears cut through the sky and fell like raindrops, accurately shooting into the bodies of every Kabane, piercing each of their hearts from top to bottom, making them completely disappear. General Jin and several warriors retreated subconsciously with their backs to each other, not daring to face such a powerful force, fearing that they would be struck to death by thunder if they were accidentally touched. Even, because the ions in the air were extremely active, their hair was affected, standing up, and their scalps felt numb. The katana, as if it was electrified, loosened their hands and dropped the knife to the ground. Fortunately, the surrounding Kabane had been pierced by the lightning spears and were all dead. This scene was extremely shocking. Within a range of hundreds of meters, all the Kabane fell to the ground, leaving a very large open space. The middle road from Xianjin Station to Kabutejo Castle was completely cleared. There was no Kabane standing anymore. Saved! We survived! Master! The warriors cried with joy, and the generals were also very excited because they survived the disaster. Shi Yun landed and looked at the prompt. Ding! Congratulations to the host, killing 1,200 Kabane and gaining experience points. 24,000. 240,000? 200 experience points for one Kabane? It's twice as high as a dead body. Shi Yun was slightly surprised. Looking at the experience points, he could immediately get 500,000 experience points and successfully upgrade to level 6 Godfather. Shi Yun looked at his personal panel. With the previous 5,500 experience points, he now had a total of 5,500, and he still needed 4,500 experience points. In other words, if he killed another 1,000 Kabane, the experience points would be enough. Shi Yun thought so, and did so at the same time. He perceived the plain in the distance, where at least more than 1,000 Kabane gathered. This god, Jianjiang came over respectfully and was about to greet Shi Yun when he saw this great god pointing a finger at a plain not far away. Jianjiang and several other warriors clearly saw a ball of energy condensed in front of Shi Yun's finger, which exuded a terrifying aura that made people feel as if they would disappear from this world at a glance. They quickly lowered their heads, took a deep breath, and dared not look again. Just with this one glance, they were almost suffocated to death. It was so scary. The annihilation light ball made a whoosh sound and turned into a beam of light and flew out. Then, Jianjiang and his men heard a deafening explosion in their ears, and the ground they were standing on shook violently. They subconsciously looked up in the direction of the plane, which suddenly became bright for a moment, illuminating the darkness of the sky, as if it were daytime. That's Kabane. Are they all dead? Oh my god. Zion Jinyi. What happened again? Was there an earthquake? No, it was the small plane in the north, and it seemed that there was an explosion suddenly. Is anyone coming? How is it possible? How much explosives would be needed for such a strong explosion? Hiss. Wait, I remember there were many Kabane wandering on that small plane. Could it be? Oh my god, this is a natural disaster. At this moment, the warriors, led by Wuming, completely cleared the Kabane that rushed into Zion Jinyi. They were gathering at the west gate and continued to resist the attack of Kabane. Because only one door was breached, it was not that difficult to defend. Therefore, they still had time to care about other things. Miss, this should be the work of Lord Shichu, right? Juji Lichi's forehead was sweating coldly, and he was still frightened. This kind of strong explosion, let alone the small plane, can easily destroy Zion Jinyi. Deity's power, so terrifying, like a natural disaster. It should be the Lord who took action. Akaris' eyes were full of admiration, thinking that perhaps it was not a bad thing for him to trade with the gods. Ding, congratulations to the host, killing 2,300 Kabane, and gaining experience points, 46,000 experience points. Ding, congratulations to the host. The experience points have reached the maximum level. Do you want to upgrade? Not yet. Shi Yun did not upgrade immediately because he had to solve the problem in front of him. Shi Yun said, General Jian. Yes, Lord God. I am General Jian of Sifangchuan. General Jian hurriedly stepped forward and bowed his head respectfully to answer. Asterisk. I made a deal with your daughter, Sifangchuan Akaris, and came to save you. So the deal is complete. Ding, congratulations to the host. The deal is complete, and the dependent is obtained. Sifangchuan Akaris, current dependence, 17. Akaris? General Jian was stunned. How could his daughter know this Lord God? When he wanted to ask again, there was no figure in front of him. Master! Oh my God! The lady actually got the attention of the Lord God. This is a good thing, Master. The warriors all looked at General Jian with envy. After all, if there is a god behind the Sifangchuan family, what are they afraid of Kabane? Even the shogunate has to come and fawn. Then as samurai of the Sifangchuan family, their status and treatment will be greatly improved? When they thought of this, they were so excited. Okay, now is not the time to talk about this. The Kabane outside has been dealt with by the god. Let's go back quickly and take advantage of the gap to rebuild the fortifications and protect Xianjin Post. Jin Jiang said, and quickly returned with the remaining surviving samurai. Originally, they were ready to abandon Xianjin Post, but they turned around and they could continue to stay here. Only when Xianjin Post is there, their Sifangchuan family has a meaning of existence. Shi Yun teleported back to Akaris. Master Shi Yun. Akaris was delighted and greeted him quickly. Well, your father is fine. Yes. Thank you, Lord Shi Yun, for helping me. I am just completing the deal, and now the deal is done. Yes. Lord Shi Yun. What does this dependent mean? Akaris asked curiously. Servants who serve God. Serve. Akaris understood instantly. This situation is a bit like a Miko, who devotes her life to God and is the most loyal servant of God. She is also the representative who communicates with God on behalf of the world and delivers oracle to the world. What about Miss Wuming? She is too. In addition, I will also give you power so that you can deal with Kabane and protect yourself. Shi Yun gave Satan's flame to Akaris. After I am received the gift, green flames came out of Yuanbai's hands. Kyuchi Raisu was shocked when he saw this. Is this the gift from God? So strong. Imagine the flame as a bow. Yes, Ayam did as she was told, raised her hands, and constructed the beloved bow she often used in her mind. The green flame kept flowing and gradually stabilized its shape. Ayam pulled her right hand back and grasped the green arrow. She shot an arrow at a tree not far away. The arrow passed like a meteor and pierced the trunk of the tree. Then, with a bang, the whole tree was burned to ashes. As long as the flame of Satan falls on Kabane, even if it is not the heart, it will kill him completely. I know, Lord Shi Yun. Ayam suppressed the excitement and joy in her heart. Okay, I'll go first, Shi Yun said and left this world. Afterwards, he pulled Wuming and Ayam into the chat group. Ding, welcome new group members Wuming and Sifangchuan Akaris to join the group chat. Group leader Shi Yun, at Wuming, at Sifangchuan Akaris. If you want to find me in the future, you can contact me here. In addition, Go to the group file. There is an introduction. Butterfly Kanae. Welcome newcomers. Nami. Welcome. Nokigo. Welcome. Wuming. Master Shi Yun. Why did you leave? I didn't say goodbye to you. Shifangchuan Akaris. Yes, I know. Butterfly Kanae. Huh? Are you together? Shifangchuan Akaris. Yes, Miss Wuming and I just met not long ago. Because of Miss Wuming, I was able to become Master Shi Yun's dependent. Wuming. Miss Akaris has also become a dependent. That's great, group leader Shi Yun. By the way, in the world where Wuming and I am live, there is a monster called Kabane, which is similar to zombies, and its weakness is the heart. Each one is worth 100 experience points. You can go here to upgrade. The experience points obtained by the followers are halved, but compared with the world of corpses and the world of children, the experience points are still increased. They should be interested. Blizzard of Hell. I want to go. Tornado of Thrill. I'll go and see too. Shinobu Kocho. Team up. Sister. Kanae Kocho. I'm busy for now. I have to deal with the mission of the Demon Slayer Corps. There are demons doing evil, so I have to go. Nami. Kanae should not be afraid of demons now, right? Kanae Kocho. Definitely. It's just a demon. I'll cut it off with my sword. Kanae, who has reached the 3rd level of the country-destroying level, has already surpassed the strongest flame pillar among the 9 pillars. Even if she faces Muzan, she might win. Speaking of Muzan, Kanae Kocho, Master Shi Yun, can I get your gift? Group Master Shi Yun, what do you want? Kanae Kocho, I want the same Satan flame as Miko. Group Master Shi Yun, okay, what's the price? Kanae Kocho, more price. Chapter 59. Kanae Butterfly, haven't I become your dependent? Group Leader Shi Yun, yes, but now all dependents have only been granted once. If you want a second time, you have to satisfy me. Kanae Butterfly, what do you want? Group Leader Shi Yun, you know what I mean? Offline, Kanae's little face instantly turned red. We are all his followers anyway. Just do it. Kocho Kanae, I promise. Kocho Shinobu, what do you want to promise, sister? Kocho Kanae, don't ask too many questions, kid. Kocho Shinobu, oh, Blizzard of Hell, Mr. Shi Yun, I want one too. Satonia, second gift? Can I have Gabriel's angel halo? I want to defeat her. Gabriel, Satonia, you are a demon. Satonia, I don't care. I want it. Raphael, can I have it too? I want Satania's demon horns. I will look good wearing them. Vinate, Raphael, you are an angel. Satonia, go get Vinates. Don't get mine. Gabriel, you guys are really... Shi Yun, come up with some new games. Group Leader Shi Yun, if you want games, you can ask Fubuki to buy them for you. Or you can go to the monster world by yourself. Besides, we'll talk about the other gifts later. You guys upgrade first. Fubuki of Hell, can I buy them for you? Or do you come over by yourself? Gabriel, I'll go over and pick them myself, but I don't have the money from your world. You can lend me some first? Vinate, I'll go too. Raphael, then let's go and have a look. Fubuki of Hell, no problem. You guys come over. I'll take you shopping. Fubuki has nothing else but a lot of money. Shi Yun exited the chat group. He had enough experience points, so he had to upgrade first. System, upgrade. Ding, congratulations to the host. The level has been upgraded to Level Godfather, and the reward is God's Domain. God's Domain. Exists in the inner plane, in the void world outside of reality, and can interfere with and continuously affect real things including the earth. Ding, congratulations to the host. You have obtained 28 divine domains, and have automatically unlocked the title of Dimension Lord, and obtained unlimited magic energy and cosmic energy. Shi Yun was surprised. Dimension Lord? Is this according to Marvel's setting? In the Marvel universe, according to the magic dimension, it can be divided into the inner plane, outer plane, split realm, and distant kingdom. The well-known representatives of the inner plane are Astral Realm, Serpent Sea, Flickering Realm, Kingdom of God, etc. Among them, in the Kingdom of God, many people are more familiar with Asgard, where Odin and Thor are located, Olympus, where Zeus and other gods are in Greek mythology, etc. The representatives of the outer plane are Crimson Universe, which is the source of power for the Red Tank after obtaining the ruby. The representative of the Split Realm, the Dark Dimension where Dormammu is located. As for the last distant kingdom, this place is a collection of consciousness and concepts, and almost no one can visit it. In the comics, Doctor Strange has summoned the magic power of the distant kingdom. Therefore, when Shi Yun obtained a divine domain in the inner plane in the Marvel world, It was automatically judged as a new dimension by the universe, and Shi Yun, the master of the divine domain, naturally became the dimensional leader. He is the same existence as Odin in Asgard and Mephisto in Hell. At the same time, Shi Yun also received some knowledge and power related to magic because he became the lord of the dimension. He can use his own divine domain to obtain magic energy and cast magic. For example, the ability to distort reality, mind control, elemental attack, energy emission, astral projection, etc. It's like Doctor Strange getting magic energy from Vishanti in the Supreme Dimension, but he needs to pay a price, and Shi Wei, the master, naturally doesn't need it. But if others want to borrow magic energy from him, they must also pay a price to Shi Yun, such as their own soul. For this, Shi Yun is still looking forward to it. System. Check the panel. Ding, the trading system panel of the gods of all worlds has been opened. Name. Shi Yun race. God level. Level 6, level Godfather. 305500/1000000. Dependents. 17th God servants. 2 powers. 1. Trade. 2. Pray. 3. Annihilation. 4. Immortality rewards. 1. Space-time gate. 2. Trade and after-sales chat group. 3. Plunder. 4. Integrate. 5. Grant. 6. Dependence. 7. Crossing. 8. God's domain ability. Flower breathing. Angel aura. Psychokinesis. Deep sea power. Satan's flame. Psychic power. Cosmic overlord teleportation. Ice hell. Magnetic control. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Amaterasu. Tsukuyami. Kodo Amatsukami. Kimyui. Time control. Backpack. 0. Shi Yun gained a total of about 800,000 experience points, consuming 500,000 to upgrade to level 6, and still had 300,000. As for the remaining 700,000 experience points, it is not difficult to obtain them. You just need to go to the world of the Iron Fortress again, and you can get it. However, Shi Yun is not in a hurry. He will stabilize his new level first and master the power of level Godfather. The next day, Shi Yun continued to open the voice of prayer. As soon as he opened it, he heard someone calling his name accurately. Is Shi Yun there? God of trade? I am Sakurajima. Please help me. My sense of existence is disappearing more seriously now. I don't want to disappear. Sakurajima sat on the floor of the room holding her small quilt, looking pitiful, desperate, and scared. That day, Shi Yun told her that he could solve her problem through trading, and she didn't take it seriously at first. But as the time others could remember her became shorter and shorter, and even her fans began to stop mentioning her, Sakurajima panicked. She found that her sense of existence was constantly disappearing, just as Shi Yun said, until she was finally forgotten by the whole world, and everything about her would disappear. She became more afraid. After that, she called Shi Yun several times, wanting to trade with him to solve the current problem, but for some reason, Shi Yun never responded. Sakurajima once thought that she was abandoned by Shi Yun. But there was no way. Shi Yun was the only hope to change the status quo and save her. She couldn't give up. Think it through. The right to use the body. Yes, I do. Now that I'm almost dead, why do I still need to worry about the right to use the body? I'm afraid I won't even have the chance to use it by then. It's better to trade it now. Just think of it as finding a boyfriend and using her rights as a girlfriend in advance. Okay, I'll help you. Ding, Sakurajima initiated a transaction application. Transaction object, Sakurajima transaction content, help Sakurajima be seen again. Transaction conditions, use the right to use the body once I'm here. Shi Yun. Sakurajima threw away the quilt and stood up. You can see me. I am a god, so I can see you. How can you help me? Sakurajima looked at Shi Yun excitedly. She found that Shi Yun was really good-looking. His appearance and temperament were far beyond the ordinary people and full of holiness. Sakurajima thought that being a woman of God was really worth it. Or should I say, it was a big win. It's very simple. Just enhance your presence so that no one can ignore you anymore. Shi Yun gave Sakurajima the angel halo that belonged to Gabriel. With the power of angel, no one can ignore Sakurajima's existence. Even if you ignore her, you can't ignore the angel halo on Sakurajima's head at the moment. Yes, the angel halo appeared directly on her head. Sakurajima looked at the full-length mirror and curiously touched the halo on her head. She could really touch it. This is the angel halo, which can enhance your presence. In addition, it also has the power of purification and healing. If you are injured, your body will automatically heal. Definitely, you can also heal others. Angel? I'm an angel. Great. My Sakurajima was so excited that she jumped up and down on the spot. By the way, can others touch this halo? No, you can only see it. That's good. My Sakurajima didn't want others to see her halo and not be able to resist taking it. Fortunately, no one can touch it, only she can. So she doesn't have to worry about being caught. Can I go out and try it? My Sakurajima couldn't wait to go out for a walk to prove the effect. Sure, go ahead. I'll wait for you at home. My Sakurajima paused. I want to collect the agreed terms. Oh. My Sakurajima blushed, took out a coat from the closet and put it on, and went out. Because my Sakurajima is an idol, the community she lives in is very expensive and has good security. Many celebrities live here, so the community is very quiet, and she has to go to the street outside. My Sakurajima passed by the security room at the entrance of the community, and the security guard inside subconsciously looked up. Angel? This person. Wait, isn't this the beautiful girl idol my Sakurajima? What's the matter with the halo on her head? The security guard rubbed his eyes, thinking that he might be blurry-eyed. My Sakurajima stood on the side of the road with the halo of Angel on her head, watching the passers-by with her peripheral vision. Two young men suddenly saw a girl standing on the side of the road and were attracted by the halo on her head. Then they looked at the girl's profile and felt that she looked very familiar. Hey, do you think she is the national idol, my Sakurajima? What is that? Cosplay Angel? My Sakurajima? The two young men got closer and confirmed that it was Ms. Mai. Hello, my Sakurajima cheered in her heart. They can see her now. This angel halo really works. Ms. Mai, we are your fans. Can we sign autographs? Ms. Mai, why haven't you participated in activities recently? You are not afraid of movies anymore. Are you too busy? My Sakurajima was born as a child star and gradually got the title of Beautiful Girl Idol. Later, she started to get involved in TV and movies. After she transformed into an actress, she was still very popular and had a huge number of fans. However, after entering high school, she suspended her performing activities, and because of puberty syndrome, her presence continued to weaken, which made it difficult for her to return to the entertainment industry later. My Sakurajima patiently signed autographs with her fans and explained that she had less work because of her studies. The fans expressed their understanding and happily left with the autographs. After the experiment, my Sakurajima went back. After all, she is a star, and it is easy to attract onlookers if she goes out. Anyway, her problem is solved now, so there is no need to worry about it anymore. From now on, whether in school or going back to work, everything will go smoothly. Sakurajima Mai went home happily. Great. It really works. I can be seen by others. By the way, Mr. Shi Yun, will this halo on my head always exist? My Sakurajima poked and asked. You can also choose to hide, but you haven't returned to normal yet, so if you hide, you will return to your previous appearance. When you return to normal, you will no longer need it. I'll try. My Sakurajima stood in front of the mirror, thinking silently in her heart. The halo disappears sure enough. Angel's halo disappeared. But my Sakurajima knew that it was still there, but others just couldn't see it. Great. Okay, should we fulfill the transaction content? Shi Yun sat aside and looked at her and asked with a smile. My Sakurajima's body immediately tensed up and felt a little hot. I'll take a shower first. After saying that, she ran back to the bedroom and went into the bathroom with her pajamas. Shi Yun was not in a hurry. Anyway, he had time. And he also found it interesting to see my Sakurajima's shy look. After all, she is a beautiful girl. Shi Yun stayed at my Sakurajima's 100-person house for one night and added Mai to the family and pulled her into the chat group. Joining the followers is to make it easier to come to her in the future, so that you don't have to use the right to use the body through transactions every time. As for whether Mai will start the extraordinary road like Kaneo and Miko after joining the chat group, it depends on her. Shi Yun returned to the Marvel world and took a look at the chat group. He found that Kocho Shinobu, Busujima Saeko, Miyamoto Rei, Marikawa Shizuka, Takagi Saya, Fubuki, Tornado, and Nokiko had all gone to the world of Shifangchu and Iam to kill monsters and upgrade. At this moment, his experience value is rising. It is estimated that when Fubuki and Tornado are upgraded to the 5th level and planetary level, Shi Yun's experience value will be enough for him to upgrade to the 7th level. And the 7th level is already the level of surpassing level godfathers such as Odin and Ancient One in the Marvel Universe, and becoming the pinnacle of this universe, level single universe. I can only say that fortunately, Fubuki is powerful enough and has an obsession with becoming stronger. In addition, Psychokinesis has a good group monster clearing effect, which contributed a lot of points to Shirkyusu. Not to mention, Tornado was added later, so the efficiency was naturally higher. Shi Yun looked at the chat record and laughed. This tsundere loli, she said no, but she was very honest in her actions. She was afraid that Fubuki would surpass her. Then, Shi Yun saw Nami looking for him. Nami, at Group Master Shi Yun. Lord Shi Yun, we have arrived in Alabasta with Vivi. Vivi said she wanted to invite you to come and fight against Clockwall. Group Master Shi Yun, okay. The next moment Nami saw the message, Shi Yun appeared beside her. Nami, Lord Shi Yun. Vivi, Mr. Shi Yun. Well, you just got here. Shi Yun found that he was still at the port, not deep into Alabasta, and quite far from the Central Kingdom. Yes, Mr. Shi Yun. I'm sorry, I was a little anxious. Vivi apologized embarrassedly. Luffy and the others haven't come back yet, right? It's estimated that we have to wait for 2 or 3 days. Nami estimated the voyage and said, okay, let's finish the deal first. Vivi, Nami, I'll take you to find the rebels. Mr. Shi Yun, what about us? Zoro pointed at himself and Usopp and asked, as long as you are not afraid of getting lost, you can go in, otherwise wait for your companions here. Shi Yun said, holding one in each hand, and teleported away. Hey Zoro, let's wait for Luffy and Sanji here. Okay, I won't get lost. Zoro scratched his head. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to buy some wine and go fishing while I'm free. That's the direction back to the ship. You idiot. Katlia, one of the main cities in Alabasta, is now the base camp of the rebels. The rebel leader Kosa, the main members KB, Eric and others are all here. They are discussing how to attack Alabasta, the capital of Alabasta. Our news should have been known to the king. Then it's better to attack them sooner rather than later, before they can react. 0. Chapter 60. That's right. We must end this rainless day as soon as possible. If it continues like this, we will not only have no water, but also no food. It's all the damn king who used the rain-inducing dancing powder in private, causing the entire Alabasta to be dry for 3 years. Okay, don't say these useless things. After the plan is confirmed, we will set off. The leader Kocho spoke. Leader. 3 people came outside, saying they're your friends. One of them is called Vivi. At this time, someone suddenly ran in to notify. Vivi? Kocho's face changed slightly. Vivi should be here to stop you, even if she can't stop this, even if she is a princess. KB, Eric and others have been with Kocho for a long time, so they also know that he and Vivi have a childhood sweetheart relationship. Unfortunately, the 2 sides are now in opposition, and Vivi is a princess. Even if she doesn't know that her father used dancing powder in private, it can't change their determination to save the country. I'll go and see, Kosa said as he stood up and walked out. Let's go too. KB and the others followed closely behind. They also wanted to see what Vivi wanted to do here. Kosa came outside and saw Shi Yun, Nami and Vivi who had been surrounded. Kosa. Vivi was about to go up happily, but was forced back by the rebels with a knife. Vivi, what are you doing here? Kosa, the truth is not what you think. It was not my father who used the dancing powder to cause the drought in Alabasta, but the 7 warlords Crocodile. Vivi hurriedly stated herself, what nonsense are you talking about? Crocodile is the hero of our country. That's right. Don't slander his reputation. That's right. Since Crocodile came to our country, no pirates dared to come and rob. This is all his credit. Kosa hasn't spoken yet, and the surrounding when the other rebels heard Vivi say that Crocodile was the culprit of the drought, they couldn't help themselves, because Crocodile had planned what he was going to do before coming to Alabasta for the ancient weapon Pluto. So after arriving here, he expelled all the pirates in the name of his 7 warlords of the sea. Incorporate Alabasta into his own territory 28. He has been protecting this place since then, keeping everyone from being harassed by pirates. Although Crocodile was beaten by Whitebeard and fled back in the New World, his strength in the first half of the Grand Line, known as the Paradise, is unquestionable. Especially his devil fruit ability is still natural, and people who don't understand domineering can't touch him. Because his reputation is so good, everyone in Alabasta believes in him and doesn't allow others to slander him. It's true. I'm undercover in Baroque Studio and know their purpose. They just want to provoke civil strife and steal this country. Vivi explained eagerly. Unfortunately, no matter how Vivi explained, they didn't want to believe it. Shut up. Get out. Or we'll kill you. You came here on purpose to provoke us. Do you want us to give up attacking the capital? Dream on. Go. Don't force us to do it. Kusha said nothing, watching his men drive Wei Wei away quietly. He saw Wei Wei's eyes were red, and he was about to cry. He felt uncomfortable, but this matter must be resolved. He couldn't give up the idea because of this. Otherwise, what would happen to the country? What would happen to his men? Master Shi Yun. Wei Wei cried and looked at Shi Yun. Yeah. Shi Yun nodded gently and activated the power of the thunder fruit. With a boom, a violent explosion sounded in the sky. The suddenly frightened rebels looked up and saw the clear sky thunderbolt, the light of thunder, and the gathering of dark clouds in the sky. What's going on? Is it going to rain? How is it possible? How long has it been dry here? Then why is there thunder? It's going to rain. How should I know? This is done by Lord Shi Yun. Wei Wei shouted. Lord Shi Yun? Everyone looked at the man next to Wei Wei. You are a devil fruit ability user? Kocho's face changed. You can think so. Shi Yun did not explain much. What are you going to do? Do you want to kill us? Eric stood up and shouted. The thunder above his head was like the power of heaven, making everyone feel weak, fearing that a sudden lightning would strike and hit them, so they did not dare to speak for a while. Song was staring at Shi Yun silently. I'm giving you the first rain, and waiting for someone. Shi Yun turned his head and slowly looked in a certain direction. In the northwest of the desert, the only city on the oasis is in the rain. This is a gambling city with casinos everywhere. It is the headquarters of Baroque Studio, and it also has the title of Dream City. Boom. The thunder spread thousands of miles away, and even all the residents in the rain heard it. They looked at the sky over there with curiosity, surprise, and expectation, and found that it was visibly gloomy. Why is it raining suddenly? It looks like this area is quite large. It would be great if it rained here. Strange. This shouldn't happen. Wait, could it be that the king used dancing powder to force rain again? If this continues, there will be drought for several years. Damn it. Is he crazy? If I had known, I would have joined the rebels. Beat him up. Look, Crocodile. The hero of our country is coming. Crocodile, go stop the king and make him stop. The residents of the rainy land were filled with righteous indignation and kept cursing the king of Alabasta, Cobra, thinking that all this was his fault. Then, they saw a wisp of yellow sand floating up and flying towards the direction of the thunder. Everyone knew that this was Crocodile's fruit ability. When Crocodile first came here, there were always pirates coming to provoke and rob, until he appeared and drove away all the pirates. So, every time everyone sees this familiar sand, they will feel safe. Crocodile frowned in the air, looking at the increasingly gloomy sky in the distance with dissatisfaction. He remembered that he did not arrange for people to use dancing powder to rain. And looking at this range, it is surprisingly wide. This is definitely not achieved by using dancing powder. Moreover, Crocodile also found that he was flying and actually arrived at the rebels' headquarters. He couldn't help but stop and landed on a sand dune, looking at the city of Cartella, which had become a ruin due to drought. The reason why he knew this was the rebels' base camp was because there were undercover agents under his command. It was because these undercover agents spread rumors about Cobra everywhere and constantly provoked internal strife that the rebels accelerated their expansion and had the strength to fight against the army of the capital. Once the two sides fought, there would be heavy casualties, and then he could easily steal the country and force Cobra to tell him the whereabouts of Hades. Originally, all the plans were good. Even if the variable Vivi appeared in the middle, it would not affect the overall situation, because no one would believe what Vivi said. But now it suddenly thundered and it was going to rain, and the range of this heavy rain even covered the entire Kataya. This rain was going to fall directly on the heads of the rebels. It would definitely extinguish the flames of their anger. How could the civil strife break out? And how could he consume the strength of the kingdom's army? Crocodile's face was as gloomy as the dark clouds above his head. Crocodile, since you are here, why don't you come closer? The strange voice echoed in the desert and clearly reached Crocodile's ears. Crocodile stood still, trying to think about who this person was. Come here. Everyone here knows that you are the mastermind behind the scenes. If you don't want your plan to fail, you can leave now. Shi Yun stood outside the rebels and spoke to the sand dunes in the distance. The rebels behind him stood on tiptoe and looked up, but they didn't see anyone at all. We don't know he's the mastermind. Don't cause chaos. That's it. Boom. A bolt of lightning struck down and landed in the open space, shutting up the person who was talking. Just now, someone among the rebels stood up to accuse and talk about Shi Yun, and was killed by Shi Yun's lightning. At that time, The crowd was excited and wanted to rush up to fight Shi Yun. But when the anger just rose, the sky above changed drastically. A huge amount of thunder dragon formed, poked its head out from the dark clouds, and then slowly flew down, swimming less than 10 meters above their heads, frightening them to kneel immediately. It was too scary. At this point, they all shut up and didn't dare to speak at all. Then they heard Shi Yun say that Crocodile was coming, and someone whispered a few words, which was heard by Shi Yun. Crocodile thought about it and flew over. He guessed that the sudden change in the weather might be due to the other party's fruit ability, but even he, who was knowledgeable, couldn't guess what it was. Crocodile appeared more than 10 meters away from Shi Yun, with a big back hair and a cigar in his mouth, with a very arrogant attitude. Is Crocodile really coming? Hiss. How did he see it? So far away. Otherwise, how could he be so powerful? Shut up. Do you want to be killed by a sword? Crocodile frowned and looked at Shi Yun, a person he had never seen before. Who are you? Sand Crocodile. Your plan has been exposed and will fail. Vivi. Crocodile turned his head. Even if they knew, who would believe it? He sneered. Crocodile, is this true? Kocho stood up and questioned.
Yes.
You be ************* D. You actually used dancing powder privately, causing drought in our country. Why? Aren't you our hero? What is your purpose? Crocodile, I misjudged you. Kocho spoke again. Crocodile, we will tell this matter to the king and then to the navy. Crocodile, you are finished now. You can no longer hide your hypocritical face. Vivi shouted. That's not necessarily true. Crocodile laughed. If you all die, no one will know my plan. Erosion reincarnation. Crocodile suddenly squatted down, pressed his right hand on the ground, and launched the large-scale attack ability of the natural sand fruit. Be careful. Back off. Don't get hit. What will happen if you get hit? You will be drained of water and die. This is his most powerful move. Kocho and several other people who have seen Crocodile's strength warned everyone and led them to retreat. Master Shi Yun. Wei Wei stood beside Shi Yun and exclaimed in fear. It's okay. Shi Yun clenched his fist, took a step forward, and then punched Crocodile. An ordinary punch. Boom. After the loud noise, there was extreme silence. Everyone looked at the desert that was blasted out by Shi Yun's punch, subconsciously holding their breath, watching this scene in disbelief. Shi Yun's punch actually blasted a huge canyon in the desert in front of him that could not see the end. Just like combing hair, Shi Yun combed the desert into a middle part. Deaf. Hiss. Am I dreaming? A burst of gasps came one after another. At this time, they dared to breathe deeply and stared at Shi Yun's back as if he was looking at a monster. Damn, a big pirate with the name of 7 Warlords of the Sea was actually wiped out by Shi Yun's punch. Not even a slag was left. Who dared to think of this? Even the 4 emperors in the New World, Whitebeard, who has the ability of the Tremor fruit that can destroy the world, can't kill a 7 Warlords of the Sea with one punch? Even if he can kill, then this 7 Warlords of the Sea should at least take a few breaths before dying. How could it be like this? There is nothing left. Wait, if you think about it this way, could this Shi Yun have the strength to surpass the 4 emperors? Everyone also thought of this possibility. It is too scary. This is the 4 emperors. There are only 4 in the entire ocean. And Shi Yun is above these 4? Then what level of pirate is he? Is he a 523 god? Master Shi Yun. Vivi has always known that Shi Yun is very powerful, but she has never had an idea of how powerful he is. But now, she has it. Shi Yun is so powerful that he can easily destroy the entire country of Alabasta by himself. Master Shi Yun, where is your limit? Nami was shocked and asked blankly. Who knows? A level godfather can easily destroy a planet, and with a little effort, can destroy a galaxy. If he is like Odin, with more top-notch strength, he can also destroy a universe. Not to mention Shi Yun's annihilation energy, which can completely ignore any rule and make everything disappear. And the destructive power is comparable to a single body. Okay, Crocodile has been dealt with, the civil strife has been quelled, and the deal is done. Yes, Lord Shi Yun, I will pay the price. Vivi thanked him earnestly. Nami looked at Vivi and saw that she seemed to have no idea what the specific price was, and she laughed secretly. Vivi, I'm sorry. We all lied to Crocodile. Kocho led his men to apologize to Vivi. Vivi shook her head. Don't blame you. Crocodile pretended too well, and I was undercover for a long time before I found out his true face. But fortunately, all this has been prevented, and we don't have to make unnecessary sacrifices. Kocho looked at Shi Yun again. Lord Shi Yun, we were rude before. I'm sorry. I'm also very grateful for your help. Thank you, Lord Shi Yun. The rebels, led by Kocho, bowed to Shi Yun. It's just a deal. Swish. It's raining. Great. It's raining. We can survive. After a long period of thundering, it finally started to rain heavily. Shi Yun used psychokinesis to block the rain and watched them cheering excitedly in the rain. Let's go. You should want to go back and tell your father the good news. Yes, thank you, Lord Shi Yun. Shi Yun took Vivi and Nami to the capital and met Cobra. Vivi told Cobra about Crocodile and Kosa in detail, and then Shi Yun and Nami were treated as super VIPs. In addition, Cobra also quickly ordered the army to take people to the rainy land to capture the remaining members of Baroque Studio. Shi Yun thought of Robin. When Crocodile died and the army sent people to the rainy land and had not yet entered the casino, Robin had used his ability to eavesdrop on everything that happened in the rainy land and quietly left alone. Robin walked away from the casino, wearing a white scarf on her head, and walked into a small alley to avoid the army. As soon as she turned a corner, she saw a man standing against the wall looking at her. Robin paused, lowered her head and pretended nothing happened, and was about to walk over. Don't hide, Robin. Spinning flower. Robin immediately jumped back, crossed his hands, and activated his devil fruit ability. Since the identity has been exposed, there is nothing to say. Chapter 61. Several arms grew out of Shi Yun's body. They were about to grab Shi Yun and twist her, but they encountered some resistance at the moment of exerting force, and they all turned into petals and fell to the ground. Robin's pupils shook. Her fruit ability actually failed? Natural system? No. Even if it was a natural system, it should be the man's body that changed. Why did her ability fail? Escape. Robin thought so, turned her body and was about to leave, but suddenly, she found that her body could not move. The scene in her eyes was rapidly receding, and Robin flew backwards and returned to Shi Yun. Are you so anxious? Don't you want to find Hades? I don't know what you were talking about. Robin did not admit it at all. It's okay, but I know where the stone tablet recording Hades is. I'll take you there. Robin was about to speak, and everything went black in front of her. TSK. I forgot that no one has come in here for a long time. Shi Yun had no choice but to activate Angel's healing power with his right hand, condensing a white light ball that was enough to illuminate the surroundings. Robin looked and saw that this seemed to be a basement, or a tomb would be more appropriate. Huh, can I move? Robin subconsciously turned his head to look at Shi Yun. What are you going to do? To fulfill your wish, look, this is the stone tablet that you and Crocodile want to find, which records the information of Pluto. Go and see it. Robin looked in the direction Shi Yun pointed, and sure enough, on the opposite wall, there was a stone tablet, and it was recorded in ancient characters. She found it. Robin ran over excitedly and was about to interpret it, but suddenly stopped, frowning and saying nothing. Are you afraid that I will use you to interpret the historical text? I can tell you now that it records the location of Pluto, and the location is in the country of Wano in the New World. You will know it by yourself. You can also read the historical text. Robin suddenly felt like she had seen a relative. Her vigilance and precautions against Shi Yun instantly dropped a lot. I'm not from O'Hara, just take a look. Robin turned around. Since this man didn't want to say more, she would interpret the historical text first. The more Robin read, the more shocked she was. Everything recorded in it was really as Shi Yun said, recording the specific location of Hades now. She couldn't help but get excited. There was actually another person in the world who could interpret the historical text like her. It was so exciting. Have you finished reading? Robin nodded. I've finished reading, you're right. Hades is indeed in Wano country. If you want to understand the blank 100 years of history, you need to collect 30 historical texts, including 4 signpost historical texts and 9 intelligence historical texts. Signposts? Are they the signs leading to the final island of Raftel? Yes. Where are they? Shi Yun looked at her. If you want to know, go find them yourself. Robin was speechless. You obviously know so much information. Why do you want her to search for it by herself in confusion? I'm not interested in the blank 100 years of history. Then how do you know how to interpret the historical text? Robin didn't believe this explanation. I saw it from somewhere else. Okay, it's time to go. Shi Yun took her to the palace. Who is this? Nami asked curiously. Your new crew member. New crew member? She's going to join us? Nami looked at Robin in surprise, but Robin was even more surprised than her. I didn't promise to board your ship, then be prepared to spend your whole life looking for them all over the sea. Shi Yun walked aside and sat down. Do they know where the stone tablets are? Robin looked at Nami in disbelief. What stone tablets? Nami was puzzled. Robin saw that Nami was not lying. If you believe me, stay. If you don't, go. Robin hesitated and finally remembered that Shi Yun knew the whereabouts of the stone tablets, but still wanted her to board the ship, which meant that they might be encountered on the route of this ship. Okay, I agree. Anyway, we have to go out to sea to find the historical text, so why not go directly with them? I haven't agreed yet, Nami shouted. She is a historian and will be helpful for your voyage. Then we have to talk to Luffy. If he doesn't agree, I'll let him get off the ship and you'll be the captain. Don't be too outrageous. Shi Yun was resting on a beach chair, thinking about how to gain faith through his own divine domain. If you want faith, you must have believers. If you want believers, you must make them believe, obey, and admire you, and regard you as the only true God and the only Savior. To gain these, Shi Yun must spread his faith and doctrine among the people. But this is too slow, and he doesn't have the heart to do so. It's better to go directly to the big wave. Pirate celestial dragons. Be their savior. Maybe you can gain their faith. In the pirate world, since the establishment of the world government, the celestial dragons became nobles and were called gods, and there has been a tradition of collecting heavenly gold. In addition, the appetite of the celestial dragons is getting bigger and bigger, which has led to many countries being destroyed and leaving their hometowns because of the relationship with the world government and becoming pirates. Even if Roger opened the Great Pirate Era, there are still many countries that are poor and oppressed, and this is an opportunity to collect believers. Shi Yun plans to give it a try. Which test subject should I find first? Empress? When thinking of the character who hates the celestial dragons the most, Empress Hancock popped up in Shi Yun's mind. Okay, let's try her out first. System, can you start the global live broadcast? Reply to the host. The host has the strength of level Godfather, so it can be turned on. Well, I need everyone to see it. It's best to block the area of Marihoa. Yes. After getting the answer,